And then there were 4. Texas Tech actually will not be part of that as they were shut out, falling to Oregon 23-0. They'll face Indiana, who absolutely crushed Alabama 38-3. Last night we saw a thriller. Ole Miss took down Georgia late. Final score 39-34. In the NBA, the Spurs coming back to work, but in Indiana, but they'll be without Victor Wembanyama. He was injured in the win over the Knicks the other night. He won't play tonight, but is not expected to miss much time after the MRI revealed only a hyperextension with no actual damage. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys will close out their year against the New York Giants, a game you can catch live right here on San Antonio Sports Star Sunday. Pre-game starting at 11. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody! Whoop, whoop! It's Friday! We've made it, Robert.
You mean to Friday or to 26th?
Both.
There we go.
Happy 2026. Happy Friday.
Feels
it's
like
all
Monday.
hitting us at once.
It doesn't feel like Friday to me.
What do you mean?
Feels like Monday.
Well, how about this? Don't show up at work tomorrow.
I'm not gonna.
That'll make you feel better.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and skip Tuesday and Wednesday. I won't see you until Thursday.
Okay. Well, you're going to throw off my whole timeline if you do that. Then we're going to have to work on the weekend next week.
Wait a
I don't
minute.
like that.
What day? It is Friday.
It is Friday,
You know how I know
baby.
it's going to be Friday? Because on my little call sheet that pops up on my morning stuff, it says we're going to talk to the head coach of the Cowboys. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's Friday. That's the only reason it felt like Friday.
We will talk to the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys today. And, man, it is going to – this is maybe the last, hardcore football Friday of the season because we've got so many games. Yeah.
We'll zero in. We've got some more hardcore ones coming.
Oh yeah, but those will be more.
So many of them.
Yeah, those will be more locked in on just a handful of games.
Yeah.
This is the last weekend where we've got a full slate of NFL.
Dude, I'm not a gambler. I'm glad I'm not. It was a ridiculous 24 hours of football. Just absolutely ridiculous.
You know what's funny is remember I on Wednesday before we were out of here, I was ready to hammer Ohio State, and more and more I looked at it, I was going to be on the under, and then those points just ended up being too much, and I ended up not betting a side. Thank God I didn't.
I would have been wrong, and I would have been wrong on both. On 2 of them at least, and depending on how I'd have played it, I probably would have been wrong on all 4 of them. I might have picked the winner on 2 of them. But
the under
wrong.
in the first 2 games, in the Ohio State game and the Texas Tech game, the unders were never in doubt. I mean, it was defense ruled the day. The Alabama game or the Indiana Alabama game went exactly how I thought it would. I honestly thought Bama would have a fighting chance, and I wasn't even close. Can't run the ball.
Dude, that was so embarrassing. I don't know how you turn away from that. But having suffered an embarrassment, then maybe we're due an apology or two. But after watching this weekend, thank God for this tournament. Thank God for this tournament.
We've got to have a discussion about the tournament.
Well, it is to be bigger, obviously.
Really?
Yes, we need more. We need more of this. More. I loved yesterday. I want another weekend of this.
Because it seems to me like there's not a lot of teams that are really capable of winning the national title.
Well, but one of the least likely is what I'm getting at.
But you know what? I think the thing that got proven the most, and this happened to A&M, Texas Tech really found out, when you play a Big 12 schedule and you don't test yourself out of conference and you step up in class.
I think A&M ended up playing a much better football game than was given credit, given what we saw the next week. I think
I don't think there's
in hindsight, Wendy Fields and some other stuff played a much bigger role than we think, and Miami missed kicks too. But that is a violent, great football team.
I told the best pass rush in college football.
They're just a good, hard-hitting football team that I'm in, man. I believe I'm a believer, and it's because of that. I go, wait a minute, and the Georgia game, things turned on its ear. Bama proving the negative. There's just been so many great stories here. I want more of it. I don't want less of it. Even though two of them panned out, we had the bye. It seems to be a negative. I don't know if I want to be a top 4 team. I mean, there's so many things that are playing in here that, are we going to tinker with this? Are we going to just let teams go 25 days without a game again, knowing that we're only how many? We've got 2 winners out of the last 2 years out of 8 games.
Yeah,
only 2.
No, 1.
Only 1.
1.
Dude, so there's so many storylines
last year,
here.
1-3 this year.
So that comes into play. So you tell me there's a possibility to get more of this? Holy cow! I just thoroughly enjoyed the plot. This was college football at its absolute greatest. It really was. It was just a spectacular. And I know only one game was great, but the storylines that happened and what went on in all those games were worthy of the time I spent.
Had you told me at the start of these playoffs that either Miami or Ole Miss would be playing for a national title?
Who'd have thunk? I mean, literally.
Yeah, that was a pretty long shot, yet here we are. The team without a coach and the team that everybody said shouldn't have been in.
And I'm starting – what's this guy's name? Signetti or Lombardi?
Dude, what a guy. Huh?
He's becoming a legend in front of my eyes.
He is quickly becoming one of the best.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I've never in my 25, 30 years now of covering sports seen anything like this. Now, I've seen young studs come on the scene and change the game with some not kind of new scheme for a year or two. I've seen the steady rise of young coaches. I've seen guys land in the right position and take what was kind of given to them and expand on it. But I've never seen a almost done head coach land at a middling school and do this. Ever. And I almost put it in basketball terms, too. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
Yeah, it is hard to it's hard to find a comp to someone who's really just kind of turned it on its ear. And if he wins a national championship, it's certainly unprecedented.
I knew there's got to be a new trophy, a new award for whatever he is going to become. But the likes of which I've never seen. And I think part of it is, and you have to have the circumstance for this to happen. And it's the new college football rules. I mean, it's the transfer portal. It's the NIL. It's the guy that understood the game before everybody else did.
It's not like Indiana had – it's not like they spent the most money or something like that. I think there is certain – it's something to – like he coaches these dudes up.
That's why I'm talking. This isn't just luck and a big wallet. This is Lombardi-esque. These guys – the way that they walk off the field and act, it was just spectacular. I just thoroughly enjoyed yesterday. I can't wait to see how this thing pans out because this is not how I wrote the script.
No. And no, Ohio State, gone. Georgia, gone. The 2 favorites to win the national title, gone. Indiana now, I have to imagine they're. I mean, I do the odds for the game. Indiana's a 4-point favorite at open over Oregon. Miami is a 3-point favorite against Ole Miss. Let me see what the odds are for the to actually win the championship. Indiana is your favorite at plus 135. Oregon 3-1, Miami 3-1, Ole Miss plus 550.
Wow, Ole Miss feels like they're getting disrespected, but the fact is, that's probably about right.
You know what, man? We hardly even mentioned that game, but that game, the opposite of basically every Georgia game all year, where Georgia just controls the second half of games. They let Ole Miss back into a game and let them take over the game in the second half.
Did you have some Johnny football vibes there for a minute? I mean, that quarterback was playing some football.
Trinidad Chambliss is a good player,
man. Holy
cow,
what a ridiculous game.
What a great story for him to come from Ferris State, which is a made-up place somewhere in a magical land far, far away.
That has 2 mythical titles that they keep talking about.
Yeah, and here he is now just, just crapping on high-level competition.
And that was high-level competition. It was a violent, hard-hitting football game. Georgia, nothing was given from Georgia. Everything was taken by Ole Miss.
Yeah. And when Georgia had the defensive touchdown, I said, "Oh, this is over."
Me
like
too.
it was about to just start snowballing on them.
And then the drive where Ole Miss cornerback just kept interfering. Like, dude, I know you don't want to get beat deep, but good Lord, you just kept it in it. There was such a small possibility of Ole Miss doing what they did, and they did.
Yeah, they did it.
It's ridiculous.
So, great games. Well, maybe not great games.
Absolutely, I know they weren't great.
Like
but did anybody leave the Indiana game? Did you turn it off?
No.
I didn't. I was waiting for them to keep scoring.
But the Oregon-Texas Tech game was bad.
Yeah, it was.
It was hard to watch football. Texas Tech, that offense was putrid.
That quarterback was outgamed. Yeah, thank goodness it was the early game, and we were, kind of bought in. If that had been the mid-level game, I'd have been gone and maybe caught later in the final Ole Miss Georgia game. Because honestly, I thought of all the games that was going to be the weakest. I really did, and it turned out to be by far the best.
Yep. And then the Miami Ohio State game on Wednesday night was
slugfest.
Well, but I mean, it ended up being kind of an ass whooping.
Yeah, it kind of did.
It really,
hindsight.
by the time when it's all said and done, you're like, oh, there was no doubt who was the better team. Miami put it to them, and Michael Irvin again. I saw him snort up the goal line.
What the hell is going on with our brother Michael Irvin?
Someone tweeted. Someone tweeted, and it was like a 20-year-old dude, and he was like, "Serious question. Is Michael Irvin on drugs?"
Dude,
and I said,
"You're walking around with your pants falling down, whipping a ball. What are you doing, man?"
I said, it's pretty obvious whoever made this tweet was not alive when Michael Irvin was playing football, because is Michael Irvin on drugs is like saying, does Willie Nelson get high?
Back in the
does Snoop Dogg smoke weed?
Well, back in the day, you might not remember this, but there used to be.
Of course he's on drugs.
They used to be really worried about flashbacks from acid trips.
Yeah,
remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That's not a thing anymore, right? People aren't worried about having a flashback.
I think a lot fewer people do at least do full doses of acid.
Well,
than
maybe we were back in the day. But it feels like Mike's having a cocaine flashback.
Are those real things? I don't know.
I don't know, but dude, first of all, aren't you 60?
You wouldn't think it.
You need to. That heart can't take all this, man.
Whipping off his belt.
What? And pants falling down to his ankles. Grandpa, stop that!
Oh, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to see, and I you know what? It's kind of fun to see the U back in a good
full freaking force, man.
So we've got interesting matchups. We've got good storylines. This is a good chance for Oregon to finally break through and become an actual title-winning program instead of just a school that spends a lot of money and gets close a lot. They're
crazy cool match.
They're in the Final Four. Now they're going up against a basketball school, basically a school that no one ever thought was going to be here. And then you've got the story of Ole Miss without their coach continuing to just find a way to get it done.
The one that mattered still there. And
then the old powerhouse coming back to life, like the Undertaker sitting up out of the coffin with the Miami Hurricanes. So fun matchups. We'll get into those games a little more in depth. On the other side, we'll start to look forward to the week in the NFL. We've got bowl games today. Don't you forget it. Vic's Navy midshipmen will be at it today. They're in the Liberty Bowl, Liberty Bibbity. The Wake Forest and Mississippi State, somebody's getting a bucket of mayo dumped on them later on today. Just so much fun, so much frivolity. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we did clear that accident on the northwest side at Fredericksburg Road at Lewis Pasture. We do have the road work still set up on the northwest side at I-10 eastbound. That off-ramp to UTSA Boulevard, that exit ramp is closed. In good shape along 90 eastbound, 211 over to 410. 35 northbound, Thousand Oaks up to Schwab Road, flowing freely. And no delays along 35 southbound, FM 1103 on down to Randolph Boulevard. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands. Let their sleep experts find the perfect bed to help transform your nights. They make sleep easy.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, live with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not that.
Of course he did. Right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch. So you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part, you can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed. With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement, 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in a new line. $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Guys, football season, we're running out of time. We got to get down on these football games, and the best place to do it is at Underdog. Plus, with Underdog Unwrapped, you're going to unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays. We've got boosts, gimme picks, deal reveals, and even some surprises sprinkled in. Now is the best time to get in the game. You can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas, and playing on Underdog's so easy. You pick your favorite players, or they can go higher or lower on their stats. It's as simple as that. For me, I'm on Josh Allen rushing yards. I like higher. It's that time of year, a little cold. We got to take over the game. Who do you trust more than Josh? Guys, it's simple to play. Download the app, use promo code Alamo. $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Got a machine head.
Is that tour still going?
I don't know. Probably. I saw the Third Eye Blind appearance at the halftime of the.
Who are those old dudes singing?
Dude,
oh wait,
I have not heard a less excited version of that song.
Hey, man, they've been sitting at home
I'm
on the
packed,
couch.
I'm moving, I'm smiling. She's living, she's golden, she lives for me.
They look like, seriously, like, oh, you want us to perform? Yeah, we're free. Hey, let me call Bob and see if he can get off work.
Her own motivation, she comes round.
Yeah.
And I make her smile like a drug for you.
They said you got to do this in 3
wow,
minutes.
man. You really bringing the heat in this one, huh?
You got 3 minutes, man.
Yeah.
This is your Dancing with the Stars. It could bring you back.
Bring the noise. Yeah, they really did. All right, let's take a look at these games. Let's start with the Ohio State-Miami game. And I talked about a little bit how that Ohio State offensive line might struggle. And I didn't even think it. I never would have thought it would be the way it was.
How much do you blame Rust on this? I mean, how much do you blame sitting down? I do. I blame a lot of this on 25 days without high caliber competition. I mean, it's too much. I mean, it's too much.
It just, to me, it felt like there was a physicality difference.
And I think because they had no competition for 25. Anybody else, if you had a guy who'd been hurt and couldn't play for 25 days, would you throw him directly into the fire like, this is it, man? Then you start and we need you. And to do that with all 22 dudes, it just seemed like they were asleep or trying to find something for way too long. And by the time they even felt like they even kind of had a rhythm, it was too late.
Yeah.
So I'm going to blame a lot on arrogance. I think they came in arrogant and expecting just to be themselves and be able to just beat a team that had keyed in on them. But a little bit of this was there was 15 minutes of trying to shake yourself out of too much sleep.
Well, Miami wasn't a whole lot on offense. Wasn't a whole lot better. Miami was not a crisp machine on offense themselves.
I mean, they're going against 7 NFL dudes on the other side of the ball. I mean, that's what made this one even more impressive. I mean, they were undermanned as far as skill positions, but at the right places, they had far better dudes. On the edges, at running back, they had better dudes.
Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain, the nastiest defensive edge combo in the country, both had their way. 5 sacks. Julian Sayin had he had an up and down game. The numbers were nice, but the 2 picks were just incredibly costly, and it's hard to blame him because I don't know a quarterback who could have succeeded in those circumstances. The defense was on him every play.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a freshman?
Yeah,
with a new play caller?
But the thing is, I think the way Day was forced to call the game because his quarterback had never dealt with this. It changed the way you could call the game. What they wanted to do, they could not. And they're not a good running football team. They got better as the game went on when they kind of figured out where to run. But for the most part, it was an offense that was on its heels. And I do think Day taking over the play calling, even though Hartline's roaming the sidelines, I do think that got a little strange.
Yeah.
And I do think when head coaches start making calls instead of an offensive coordinator, things get a little bit conservative. And it got even more conservative for a minute. So a lot of things came into play. But the fact of the matter is, the team that was ready to play won the football game.
Yeah.
I mean, they started at the get-go, and it never really slowed down.
Well, the one guy that showed up for Ohio State's offense was Jeremiah Smith. He was,
at least in the first half,
once again proving why he's going to make a lot of money playing this game. Ohio State did a good job limiting the explosives themselves. They took out Malachi Toney was a kind of a non-factor.
The fact that they only have one adequate wide receiver. I mean, that's
weird.
all they've got, and it is still enough.
Yep. Carson Beck, who, listen, I'm not a Carson Beck guy, but I got to give credit where it's due. There were a couple times where he tucked the ball and ran. He ran once for like 11, 12 yards when that's what they needed, and like lowered his shoulder and took a lick to get a first down. And I was like, man, they're out here just fighting.
Well, one of the great benefits of this mass migration that is college football is quarterbacks are now finding spots for them to be very, very productive. They're landing in positions with already a fair amount of talent and certainly amount of maturity.
Sure.
And then they are actually recruited and land in a place where an offense is literally going to be built around them. And the way that he is playing now, this is the guy that Georgia kicked to the curb. I mean, you get hurt in the season, sorry, Stockton stepped in and did enough, man. You got to go.
Yeah.
And he landed in another place that was happy to have him, built an offense around that made him feel good. And we can say that about our Heisman Trophy winner, and we can say that about Ole Miss. I mean, everybody got a quarterback that landed in the right place and had things fixed for him. I think this is another one of those improvements of the game, and maturity matters. We saw it on all the games. If you were older and experienced, it seems like you were the winning quarterback.
Well, every team in the Final Four has a quarterback that transferred into their school.
See, it's a benefit because the games were well played. As you know, I think it was such a great coaches duel. Now there were some things that we got to talk about during the day. The arrogance of the SEC coaches going on on fourth down. Both coaches just strange, arrogant moves by Kirby and by Kalen DeBoer that really one early really affected the game.
I think DeBoer was kind of desperation. He needed to create something.
It smelled of desperation. Like, you're going to do this now? Now? So I think a lot played into it, but mature quarterbacks won football games yesterday.
Yep. It was, I mean, I guess with the Trinidad Chambliss is the least experienced of these guys.
But he's got 2 titles under his belt.
So, yeah, you're right. It's you spend your money wisely at quarterback, you're sitting pretty right now.
It matters.
That second game, there is not a lot you can say about Texas Tech that is not demeaning or like to diminish what they've done this year. I hate to do that, but I think they kind of got fraud checked.
Oh boy, did that. Well,
I think the defense is as advertised.
I was going to say the defense was exactly what you expected, but you can't fight a waterfall. I mean, it was just going to keep coming, and there just wasn't enough there. I just felt bad. It just felt like the moment was big, and the celebration had already been on. So I think Tech fan felt like, we had a night in Miami. This was awesome. We'll finish this game up and go home and call it a great year because the football team didn't show up.
They really didn't. And
or at least the offense didn't.
The offense didn't, yeah. And the final score being 23-0, it's not indicative of how the game 13-0, 6. Like the defense was in this thing, but when you get nothing from your offense, it's impossible to keep up in it.
Who's that freshman corner that just kind of decided I'm going to win this game on my own? 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery.
Yeah,
DeBerry or
Brandon Finney.
Finney, that's just good grief, man.
Dude, legit stud. And I think Oregon was a little salty after what happened to them.
I like them, man.
Against James Madison. James Madison put up some yards on them, and people were like, "Oh, wow, man, why did James Madison play you so close?" Oregon's defense took note of that, and
it's going to be a heck of a matchup. I mean, they've seen Indiana; they know what to expect.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a lot. Both of them are going to be so much fun. There's so many reasons and so many different angles that you can pick either side and argue it.
I'm surprised that Oregon is only a 4-point dog, though.
It's because Tech looks so bad. Of all the teams we saw play,
did they look worse than Alabama? I don't know.
Well, I felt like Alabama ran into something that is pretty kind of special, and I blame. Well, no, you're right. It was a worse beating. I think Alabama suffered.
But think about Indiana went to Oregon and won by double digits. Yeah. And now on a neutral, they're 4-point favorites?
That's not enough. But I do think that there is some hope for those that are looking in between for someone that, well, they've seen it. They know what to expect. They won't take them lightly, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I think Bama was arrogant. They felt like, oh, this is just an upstart team. We're Bama.
Well, Alabama learned the hard way that rolling out your helmet with the A on it is not enough.
I can tell your quarterback, you need to stay home, son. Don't go pro. They knocked your ass right out this game.
They did. And before they knocked Ty Simpson out of the game, it's not like he was playing well. No. It was a struggle. And Ty Simpson was running with the ball probably more than he wanted to. He was taking hits that he probably wasn't expecting to take these hits. But it really boiled down to this team can't run the football.
Nope.
Alabama, 17 carries, 23 yards. They are a one-dimensional offense, and then when Ty Simpson left the game, they became kind of a zero-dimensional offense, and Indiana just kept rolling. It was efficient. It was, they ran the ball 50 times on Alabama.
And got
50.
better with every carry. And then Cignetti would throw it right over the top. I love the fact that he kept his foot on the gas pedal. We're going to finish this game the way we started.
Well, that's what I told you. I remember I said, if you get down 17-0 to Indiana, you're not coming back.
And they weren't. They weren't going to let it go. And, there's that level of confidence that they've just got swagger, man. They really came in. And I think the first couple of 3 plays, Bama, in the very beginning of the game, executed pretty well and kind of felt good about themselves. And then it was kind of like the Indiana kids took one to the face and kind of woke up and said, all right, here goes. And they never looked back. It was just a thorough thrashing.
We'll keep kicking these games around on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we did clear that accident on the northwest side at Fredericksburg Road at Lewis Pasteur. We do have the roadwork still set up on the northwest side at I-10 eastbound. That off-ramp to UTSA Boulevard, that exit ramp is closed. In good shape along 90 eastbound, 211 over to 410. 35 northbound, Thousand Oaks up to Schwab Road, flowing freely. And no delays along 35 southbound, FM 1103 on down to Randolph Boulevard. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth more.
You bet I'm worth more.
We completely agree. At GiveMeTheVIN.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more for good cars at Give Me the VIN, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Joe, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop. Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com.
The Lowe's Closeout event is here with the final savings of the season. Grab amazing deals on seasonal decor, tools, flooring, and more before they're gone. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards and My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free standard shipping. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Free shipping excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to change. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, lift with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not that.
Of course he did, right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part? You can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in a new line. $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Hope everybody has a great and safe, happy New Year's celebration. The Blitz will be back on Friday afternoon with all the reaction from the college football playoffs, the latest on the Spurs, and we'll get you ready for the final weekend of the NFL regular season. The Blitz Friday after the Texas State Rice Armed Forces Bowl. Who knows what time, but we'll be here.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Do, 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 do. That's how they sounded in Miami. Do, 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 do.
Wake up!
What halftime was that?
The Orange Bowl.
Orange Bowl halftime. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, it was a sad sight.
Did you watch any of
Dude was wearing like sweatpants.
Oh yeah.
Like,
seriously, they looked like they got off the couch, called Bob, who got off work, and they showed up and played a little gig.
Yeah. It was.
Did you watch any of the Rose Parade?
No.
You're not a parade guy?
No, I hate parades. You know this about me.
You don't like parades in the driving rain?
No, I don't like parades ever.
You don't like when the performers just stop and start singing on the street corner?
No.
To canned music?
No.
Did you know everything there? The whole float's all made of flowers.
Yeah. Yeah, even the wheels.
Everything. Even the people. Even the people, Soylent Green.
Even this microphone I'm talking into
is
made of
flowers.
flowers.
Or plant-based products.
Yes.
If you're watching YouTube, and you should be, this is all coffee grounds. That's funny. We like the Rose Parade. It's all natural.
Eagle fan says, how are Alabama fans feeling about DeBoer today with their love-hate relationship? I'm sure that they're wanting him fired.
Yeah.
But, I mean.
You know what? It was such a thorough thrashing, it might save him.
I mean,
it wasn't like just his coaching, dude.
Yeah, it's not like he just got out-coached. They were.
Now, there was the arrogance of going for it on fourth early in the game that I thought, this is a big-ass gambit. You're taking a big old bite of apple on this one, because if you fail, and they did, and they gave up, they went behind because of it. There was no looking back. So I wonder if he saw something and said, man, if we don't do something now, we're about to get rolled anyway. So we got a desperate gambit. But to go for it on fourth on your side of the 50 like that early just seemed either desperate or arrogant.
I think they knew that they were going to need something more than I don't know. Maybe they thought 4th and 1 was about as good as it was going to get for them. Like,
and it was early. We were debating this because remember, there's a timeout and a timeout and another timeout, and they finally decided they finally go for it, and it just, wow, it felt like, boy, you just kind of shot your wad there, didn't you? I mean, you're telling me you're very, very worried about this game. You're telling me that you don't think you can win it man to man. You're going to need some trickeration, and the Kirby Smart one late in the game smacked of a little bit of arrogance too.
Although, I mean, they had a fake punt that worked, and they did some things that you have to give them credit for.
Yeah, both of them ended up losing. I know for different reasons, but both of them just felt like, we're the SEC, and I know that they were playing another SEC in the Georgia game, but it just kind of felt like if you were coaching another team, would you have done it that way, Coach? Would Kirby have done it with? I just felt like I don't get what you're trying to do here.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at. I mean, I don't know that I was mad at either one of them for it.
It was like them showing me their whole card. Like once you did that, I know you're all in, and I know you don't believe you can do it head to head.
I think for Georgia, the real killer was the fumble early in the fourth quarter, where Gunnar Stockton got sacked, and Ole Miss fell on the ball and went down immediately and scored, because that was it felt like that was a spot where
they were moving it.
You thought Georgia was going to take over the game, and really Georgia had some success late in that game. Like the fourth quarter, they had the next drive they had an easy touchdown drive. The next drive they went down, stalled out, and had a field goal. They just couldn't get the defensive stops they needed.
They couldn't, but I tell you, didn't you? Up until the field goal, I still felt Georgia probably was going to win that game. I really did.
I
they
felt
did
that way
everything
too.
the right way. They just ran into something that was above and beyond just a team. That was a team that was blessed. I mean, there's no other way to get around it. The good fortune fell their way because Georgia fought hard. Now, they didn't have the typical second half that we're accustomed to, but I respect Gunnar Stockton more than I did before the game. That dude was in it, sacrificed his body numerous occasions, threw the ball relatively well. They just ran into an offense that they couldn't stop.
Yeah. And then now Ole Miss is in a weird spot because the coaching staff that's been there, the question now is how long are they going to be able to stay? Because they've got work to do at LSU. Charlie Weiss Jr.
He ain't leaving. He ain't going nowhere. What are you talking about?
He signed a contract to coach with Kiffin at LSU.
Let me tell you, if Kiffin enforces this, it would be if LSU enforces it, it would be
transfer portal's open. You got work to do, buddy.
Yeah. You think? Don't pressure me. I might not come.
Let's talk about this on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Let's get the new year started with a brand new RV from the South Texas RV Super Sale. San Antonio area's best dealers have put together a fantastic RV show with the best prices ever. Hundreds of RVs for every family. Small towables, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and Class A, B, and C motorhomes. They're all on sale. Our dealers are picking up parking, so it's free. Come on over to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com to buy tickets in advance. Expo Hall to Freeman open today until 8 p.m. Doors open daily at 10 a.m. at SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
The college football playoff isn't over. Not yet. That epic run, that wild dream, not over till the clock hits 0. Till the stadium shakes. Till the wild things are let loose. Till the trophy is lifted and the confetti falls. This is the national championship. When it's over, you'll feel it. This is the wild world of college football. The CFP National Championship, Monday, January 19th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, apparently there is sources are telling ESPN that it remained unclear how many Ole Miss assistants that are joining Kiffin at LSU will be allowed to remain with the Rebels when they face Miami on Thursday. Charlie Wise Jr. was the only coach that flew back to Oxford with the team. The rest of the coaches that are he was the only coach that's already headed to LSU that went back with him. Everybody else went straight to Baton Rouge because they've got work to do. Transfer portal opened on Friday, and or opens today. Excuse me. I don't know if it's probably noon or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, the Ole Miss.
Well, they don't play for 2 weeks.
Ole Miss's statement is, we're not sure how many of these guys are going to be around.
Maybe they'll enforce this. I believe in karma in this world. And if you enforce this and force them to leave this opportunity, I do believe negativity will return. I mean, you let these guys go finish this thing out.
There's a source that says some of the assistants have apparently pushed back on leaving Ole Miss. And it's like, and you know what? I think they're going to say, there's a real chance that they say, hey, man, you can stay, but you might not have a job when you get back.
Well, I think that's fair at the very least. But even then, you shouldn't be trapped into this. And I do want you coming with a, clear eyes and a full heart kind of stuff. You are starting a new gig here, but it would be just as a coach, as a human being, to enforce that and say, no, you can't go chase your dream. Come over here and help us recruit this kid from Turnbuckle, Arkansas, and make sure we get better here.
Well, that's what they told Lane Kiffin.
I know. Kiffin, you couldn't come back. You can't do it. But the assistants and all that other kind of stuff, I don't know.
What's the difference?
I just believe in karma.
They're all leaving too.
And you're right, but I do believe in karma, and it should be left up to now. Maybe your heart's already in LSU. Maybe your heart's already there, and you got plans to follow, and you want to go with God. But I don't think if I'm LSU, I would enforce the contract saying you got to be here Tuesday at 8 a.m. or I'm going to fire you. I would say the longer you're gone, the harder it is for us to keep you here. But we'll see how that goes.
They asked Xavier Harris, the stud defensive tackle for Ole Miss. They asked him about Lane Kiffin saying that some of the players wanted to keep him around. The players wanted to keep him around, and he said that's a lie. He said, yeah, he was just trying to steal our shine. That's all he's trying to do. That's all he's been trying to do is steal our shine. He said it was like a slap in the face when he left, like a slap and the backhand. He was trying to be a troll. We're going to troll him. We've got something for him.
Good.
So
I love that.
Yeah, they're using it, man. I thought it was going to run out. I thought that they'd use it for 1 week and then they'd be out of that.
I think everybody else did too. Karma, man.
Yep.
Karma.
All right. It is week 18. The NFL gets underway with their last week of the regular season. Starting tomorrow, we will dive in the next hour. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Service Titan. Commercial contractors want to grow your business without the guesswork? With Service Titan, the all-in-one software for the trades, commercial contractors saw 19% more revenue, 10% more on-time payments, and a 21% increase in renewals. It works. See for yourself at servicetitan.com.
Guys, we are in the thick of the NBA season. Just because the Emirates Cup is behind us doesn't mean there's not more hoops. We're back into the action, man. The fast breaks, the buzzer beaters, and it's all going down with Underdog. With Underdog Unwrapped, you're going to unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays, boosts, gimme packs, deal reveals, and even some surprises sprinkled in. Now is the best time to get in the game because you can make your picks and win money right now in Texas. In NBA, I have been looking at De'Aaron Fox for a while, and as long as Wemby's on a minutes restriction, I'm going to keep looking at higher on De'Aaron Fox and higher on Dylan Harper, quite frankly, because his minutes are going up and up. Download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula?
No.
Coffee?
No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo?
Absolutely not. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we've got a new trouble spot downtown. Accident 35 southbound. Right as you approach St. Mary's Camden, we've got two left lanes. Far right lane blocked. About a 10-12 minute delay for now. It's got you stop and go from Austin Street. We're getting reports that this is a multi-vehicle accident. Woodlawn approaching Bandera. That wreck is still there, and a stall at Highway 90 westbound 36th Street, now off to the right shoulder. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
And then there were four. Texas Tech actually will not be part of that as they were shut out, falling to Oregon 23-0. They'll face Indiana, who absolutely crushed Alabama 38-3. Last night we saw a thriller. Ole Miss took down Georgia late. Final score 39-34. In the NBA, the Spurs coming back to work, but in Indiana, but they'll be without Victor Wembanyama. He was injured in the win over the Knicks the other night. He won't play tonight, but is not expected to miss much time after the MRI revealed only a hyperextension with no actual damage. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys will close out their year against the New York Giants, a game you can catch live right here on San Antonio Sports Star Sunday. Pre-game starting at 11. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, 7:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We've got we'll have a little break from college football now, well, at least from the playoffs. We do have games today. We didn't even get into some of the other games that happened over the weekend. It was a good game for the Texas Longhorns.
It was a fun game.
Arch Manning, boy, why didn't you just do that all year long, dude?
Well, he was playing against third stringers and whatever. But no, I think
he's playing with third stringers too, though.
That's why you play these bowl games, because you do learn, you do get better in a very fun environment. If you lose, who cares? You'll get over it in an hour. So no, it was a fun football game. That's why some of these bowl games are still enjoyable, even though there's nothing to play for.
Yeah, that was a much needed boost for a Texas fan base that has been kind of displeased.
Yeah, I mean, it showed he's maturing. He's going to be a good quarterback.
But we've got, I guess, 6 days now. So next Thursday is when we'll get these next games. Are they both on Thursday?
I think so. No, I think we got them separated. I think there's a Wednesday, Thursday, or a Thursday, Friday, or something. I don't think they're all both on the same night.
Okay.
I guess we could. That's easy.
Yeah, that's a Googleable thing. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, Thursday, January 8th, Miami and Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl, and Friday, January 29th, Oregon, Indiana in the Peach Bowl. And then we'll have a 10-day break.
Well, I think if you're like my house, we're going to need a little break from sports. My wife's getting a little worn out.
Well,
this is nothing new.
You know what you could tell her? Hey, go outside and cut the grass if you're tired of watching.
what I tell her is, How do you think you've gotten to live in the level that you've become accustomed? It's because I watch sports and get to talk about it the next day.
That's right.
So I'm at work, darling.
This is
Go
this
get
is
me a beer.
I'm breaking rocks here.
Make me a sandwich.
Breaking rocks.
But it has been a lot of, and we've got such great games starting this weekend. What, Saturday night? Is that the?
We got games starting tomorrow.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
great games. What's the first great game?
Well,
is that Saturday night?
Saturday night,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's a game I know you're going to watch at 3:30 tomorrow. The Panthers and the Bucks.
See the demise of Baker.
It could be.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, the writing seems to be on the wall that there's going to be a changing of the guard.
This is what's crazy about this game, and that's the first game of the weekend. Tampa and Carolina. The Panthers Tampa's a 3-point favorite, even though Tampa hasn't covered in their last 9 games.
I don't get this line. I think this is not about anything going on the field. This is just about perception that Carolina can't possibly beat them.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it is if you watched Carolina play last week against Seattle, you probably said,
well, yeah. Well,
oh, Bryce Young. Carolina's got a real decision to make about Bryce Young. Bryce Young in a professional football match threw for 54 yards last week. And they have to decide this year.
I think they have.
This offseason, do we pick up this option?
I think they're gonna. I mean, I'm not going to hold that one. And granted, New England, Seattle is a kind of a juggernaut right now, but I'm not going to hold that against him. He had a good year.
Did he?
I think he did. I mean, he's played in a role in a greatly improved team, and he has weathered the benching. He has continued to improve, and I think they're looking down in Jacksonville, going, if we can just find the right dude to tap into what we drafted, we're going to be all right. And I've seen some games where they did get the right stuff and tapped into what they drafted.
Bryce Young has a 48 QBR this year. That puts him behind Tyler Shuck, Spencer Rattler, Michael Penix. It does put him ahead of Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields. He's ahead of Tua, Geno Smith, and Cam Ward. That's the only guys that he's ranked ahead of.
I think they're going to pay him. I mean, look, he's got numbers be damned. They're playing for a playoff spot for the first time since Cam left. I mean, I think he's going to. They're not going to walk away from him. Now, I don't think he's going to get a juggernaut paycheck. I think they're going to pay him about like Purdy. But
I think they're going to give him a 5th year. They're going to pick up his 5th year option and see what he does next year. But I don't think he's going to get Brock Purdy money.
By the time he gets it, I think he will. I mean, I just think that's the way this market goes. Purdy didn't get paid that much.
Purdy got good money. Purdy got like top 7 or 8 quarterback money.
And I think that's where he's going to come in.
That's crazy.
But it's an escalator here. When by the time he signs, the escalator moved up, whether the improvement was there or not, or the value, it just changes over time.
Yeah, if they pay Bryce Young anywhere near that, they're out of their minds. Well, we'll see a quick demise of this run that Carolina's made. What's crazy about this game, though, is Tampa. Like the NFL is going to pitch it to us as the winner is the NFC South champion, but not really, because if Tampa wins,
Atlanta still has a chance.
They need to hope that Atlanta loses to the Saints. What's funny is now the Falcons and Saints are playing, and you could make a good case that the Falcons and Saints are the 2 best teams in the NFC South right now.
Over the last 3 weeks, the Saints have been moving the football. So, but I do think that the idea of where Carolina wants to go starts on Saturday. I do think that they're going to plant a flag. They might not get in there, but I do think that there was enough success to see Tampa have to look around this division and go, it might be time for some wholesale changes. They might have run the end of the line with the wide receiver core they've got. They look old and beat up. Quarterback looks old and beat up. I think there's some changes coming.
I kind of think Tampa gets the job done this weekend.
If they don't, they're in trouble.
The Seahawks 49ers, the 7 o'clock kick on Saturday, is the game of the week. It is for the 1 seed in the NFC. This is about as good as we could ask for a Week 18 game, a game that really matters the Panthers-Bucks game really matters. This is a game that really matters between 2 great teams, though.
That know each other.
Oh, yeah. This is a fun game. Seahawks 1.5-point favorites on the road.
Which is disrespect to the way San Francisco's defense been playing the last couple of weeks.
Well not
that's going to be the foible.
Not counting last week where they gave up $1 million to the Bears.
This team is better in here because their defense is patchworked and got better.
I don't know how they've done it. I don't know how the 49ers defense has kept them in things.
I think it'll be eventually their demise, but this is why they're here.
Something's going to give eventually, and it's going to give in the playoffs. It's either going to be this 49ers fake defense that they're running out there, or it's going to be Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold on the other side could easily just
be Sam Darnold,
and suddenly it doesn't matter how good their defense is. Seahawks are gone. Sam feels like he throws a bad pick every game, and his team covers up a lot of it, but how long can that last, especially in the playoffs? I don't know. But it's certainly the most fascinating game of the week for me. I think I lean to the Seahawks getting it done here. I do think the Seahawks, that defense is so good, and it's traveled so well this year. They're 7-1 on the road already this season.
You said the reason they'll lose, it'll be Darnold. If they lose, it'll be Darnold turning it over 3 times.
I just don't think it'll be in this game.
They both are going to live to fight another day. So I think it's going to be one of those tussles where the first moment one of those teams feels like I'm at a disadvantage, I'm pulling my cards. I'm going to get out. If I lose, I'm going to live to fight another day, and I don't want this team to be absolutely dominant over me because I'm not prepared to win this football game today. I don't want my teammates, my players to think, uh-oh, I'm going to pull my cards. Hey, we'll fight another day, and we'll see it down the road in the NFC Championship game after I have to win on the road.
These teams played in week 1. It was a 17-13 49ers win in Seattle.
This is not the same 49ers team.
It is not the same 49ers team, and I don't think it's the same Seattle team either. I think Seattle's gotten a lot better since then. I don't think that 49ers defense is nearly what it was. And without George Kittle also, I think no George Kittle this week.
I could see Shanahan going, we're going to give it a good 85% on game planning. I mean, not that the team would take a minute off, but the game plan itself might hold a few things back.
But also the idea that if the 49ers win this game,
get home,
they play home all the way through the Super Bowl. That's wild. We don't have to leave our building again. That's a pretty big prize, pretty big carrot to dangle out there on the stick. Then Sunday, I hate to say we've got a bunch of meaninless games
We have
on
a
Sunday.
bunch of meaningless games with some plots, but nothing to it's a typical Week 18. There's just one or two that kind of matter. There's some interesting things that are going to happen, some subplots going on through there, whether it's quarterbacks playing their last game, if it's coaching out the string, exactly where backups might go. Those kind of things I think are interesting for your home field. I mean, for your home team if you're local, but there's nothing of national significance going on.
The 2 AFC South games go on at the same time. The Jags, who are 12-4, play the Titans. They're 13.5-point favorites. The Texans, who are 11-5, one game back of the Jags, are playing the Colts at home. They are 10.5-point favorites. The Colts have already announced that Riley Leonard will be starting. I don't know that it matters who the Titans start at quarterback, but because those games are going on at the same time, there will inevitably be some scoreboard watching.
Of course.
Both these teams are already in the playoffs. The Texans are going to try as long as it looks like the Jags have a chance of losing, because if the Jags have a chance of losing, the Texans could conceivably win the division, get a bye or get a home game. But if the Jags jump out early on the Titans, I could see the Texans saying, "Okay, Davis Mills, get out there. Let's
a lot of me is
rest up and start over."
No matter what it is, after a quarter of crisp, or if my offense can put together four consecutive solid series that I feel like they're executing, man, sit down. Let the other guys take care of it, because both those teams should walk away with a win. I mean, and both of them should win without much effort.
But obviously, winning the division and getting a home game is a huge deal.
But I feel like both these teams could come in with their backups and take care of business. There is literally nothing for the other side to play for. They're also angling for losses. They got draft position to worry about. So I think I come into it with and telling the second stringers, be ready, man, on both sides, because I get some solid output. I'm not going to risk anything.
The Saints and Falcons, we mentioned the impact of that game. If the Falcons were to win, they could ruin the Bucs' chances. So if the Bucs are to win on Saturday and then the Falcons win on Sunday, the Panthers would backdoor their way into the playoffs no matter what. The Saints, first of all, I do think the Falcons win here.
This is that blood and guts Saints-Falcons rivalry that goes back decades. It's a pig bowl, but I kind of throw the records out here. I think the Saints are going to come for bear on this one.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who have been saying, "Well, the Saints found their quarterback. Tyler Shuck's their quarterback." They've won 4 games in a row. The 4 games in a row they've won, the free-falling Bucs, the Panthers, the Jets, and the Titans. Let's not write home about the Saints just yet.
But I hate the freaking Falcons. I hate them. And this is the kind of game they stubbed their toe on.
Yeah.
They looked so good last week. Think about what we just saw. And I guarantee you they ain't going to look that good this week. I guarantee you.
No, probably not.
No,
Who knows what anybody's going to look like this week? Who knows who's going to play? The Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals are 7.5-point favorites. I think the Bengals roll the Browns here. The Browns they've already won enough games that they've ruined their draft position. They don't want to ruin it any further. The Browns generally just stink away from home.
But this is Cincinnati, Cleveland. Battle of pigs.
Joe Burrow playing, that's enough for me. Like Joe Burrow against Shedeur Sanders, what are we talking about here?
Shedeur
stinks.
Ask those Cleveland fans. Ask them.
I think they'd tell you too.
I think they're pretty proud of that win last week.
Packers and the Vikings in Minnesota. The Vikings are 7.5-point favorites, which tells you everything you know about what the Packers are locked into the 7 seed. This is a game they've literally got nothing to play for. I would expect. I don't even know if it's going to be Malik Willis. I don't know who's going to play. I think this one will boil down to who does Minnesota, who are they running out there? I can't imagine you play J.J. McCarthy in this game.
You don't want to know who plays. Go look at who's got bonuses due. If there's catches to be caught, touchdowns to be had for extra money, that's going to be
Justin Jefferson has some of those. I imagine he'll be out there for a while, but will he be catching passes from Max Brosmer?
Probably
is the question. All right, let's take a break. We'll continue to discuss the Week 18 matchups on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, it's 2026. Have you resolved to get healthy? You're going to start working out, hitting the gym morning, noon, and night. All the things you need to do physically to get yourself back in shape. And I promise you, once you get started, it's going to start getting painful. I don't care where it hurts. If you're dealing with pain that's keeping you out of your brand new workouts, keeping out of you being resolved to lose all this weight, you need to head over to a Rossi to make sure you're still in the game. If it's that twitch that keeps you out for a week, or maybe it's something that's significant that you really just can't go work out and start this brand new regimen, Arasti's waiting on you. They're all around San Antonio. They accept most insurances, and you don't even need a referral to go. You wake up in pain, call them. They'll take care of you today. Here's the number you need. It's 1-800-404-6050. It's how they do it that makes them so successful. This isn't your parents' general practitioner. This is legitimate pain treatment by experts. They're going to give you a full evaluation when you walk in the door. They're going to find out why you're hurting, and they're going to fix it so you can get back to work. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call a Rosti today, 1-800-404-6050. And when you go by, make sure you thank me later.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of speed Pest Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.
Let's get this new year started with a brand new RV from the South Texas RV Super Sale. Hundreds of RVs of every type from San Antonio area's best dealers. And free parking thanks to our dealers. Go to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com for details and tickets. January 1st through the 4th at Expo Hall.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
What, you're not going to say the lyrics to this one?
No.
Oh, I will. All is quiet.
That's it?
Well, I'm not going to go any further. I'm not going to.
Oh. Well, it's not really doing lyrics.
See, I won't besmirch a great song. They get money, mailbox money for this. This is, they bank on this kind of stuff.
True.
That's why they wrote the lyrics.
The Lions and Bears, oh my. The Bears 3-point favorites against the Lions.
Why only 3 points?
I think because the overriding thought is that the Lions are not the kind of team to roll over and just say, well, our season's over.
Okay.
Now, does that matter? I don't know. This is outdoor Jared Goff, which I don't trust as far as I can throw him. But I also saw week 2, was it? Or week 3, the Bears lose by 30 points to this team. I mean, this was a belt-to-ass smackdown that the Lions put on.
How many years ago?
That was a long time ago.
I'm not saying that the Bears are world beaters. I just feel like I said it a couple of weeks ago. There's a cancer in Detroit. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the absence of play callers and that kind of stuff. But I don't see a whole lot of fight coming. I think there's a blood and guts part of this, but I think Chicago is a genuinely good football team. They're not a great football team. They're above average good football team. Getting ready for a playoff run that they haven't had the light switch in a long time. They're rolling right now. And at home, come on, 3 points.
It's tough for me. This is a tough one for me.
And the weather's gonna be terrible, right?
28 degrees is what it looks like.
Okay.
I think I'm going to play an under 50 and a half.
I think that's probably a logical move. And it's not like they're that much better physically than Detroit. I just feel like Detroit's played out this string, and they've just really got some issues to deal with there because they've got 1 year left on this little iteration of Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, and after that, their quarterback will be over the hill, and some of these contracts are going to be way too high for the value you're getting for the player. So I think that they're going to have to do some real evaluation after this year. We'll see.
The L.A. Chargers are in Denver to take on the Broncos.
This is low-key a good football game, man.
Well, Broncos are 12.5-point favorites.
I don't give them all that.
Because the Chargers have said, we're not trying our damnedest to win it. Justin Herbert going to sit out, which means Trey Lance sighting is what we should get here. Now,
what is Denver playing for?
The 1 seed.
Well, in hopes.
I mean, it's essentially what they are playing for. All they've got to do is win, and they're the 1 seed. I don't know that they necessarily need to get margin.
I think it's going to be a hard-fought 21-14 kind of football game.
First of all, Denver doesn't beat anybody by a lot of points.
I just don't see a lot of offense coming. I think look out for the Charger team. This is the kind of game they like to win. This is a Harbaugh ugly game.
Have you seen this list that's floating around of the quarterbacks that Denver has beat this year?
Yeah, well, you can only play who you play, but yeah.
But even when they play, it feels like even when they play good teams, they somehow luck box into a backup quarterback or something's going on.
That defense is still good, man. I know they're playing mid to average and backups, but I've said it all year. This defense, there are times it feels like there's 12 guys on the field. Them and the Texans have just got these legitimate, we're not going to let you get anything kind of defenses.
Cam Ward, Jake Browning, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields.
There's a Super Bowl champion there.
Jackson Dart, Dak Prescott, Davis Mills, Geno Smith, Patrick Mahomes, another
2 Super Bowl
champions. Kenny Pickett, Marcus Mariota, Jordan Love, and this Aladakun kid, Kansas City threw out there last week. Yeah, made up person. I continue to plant my flag in that I don't believe in Denver.
So that's why I think this game's going to be, it could surprise, because this is one of those where I don't think that the Chargers need to do that much. Their running back's suddenly kind of healthy.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't been throwing the ball for miles anyway. I don't know. This might be one of those where Denver kind of stubs their toe and still wins but doesn't cover kind of
stuff. I think so, too. I don't think they cover 12.5. I mean, I don't know. Have the Broncos won a game by 13 points all year?
And is this game's in Denver?
Yeah.
There's going to be brutal weather there, too.
The Cowboys have won 2 games this season by double digits, by more than a touchdown, actually. They won week 4 against Cincinnati, 28-3. That was Jake Browning. And then, of course, how can we forget 44-24 over the Dallas Cowboys? That's their 2 wins where they've gotten margin. I don't think they do it against this Chargers team because I think once they get a lead, they just sit on it, run the ball, and get out of town. Cardinals are at the L.A. Rams. The Rams are 7.5-point favorites.
How do you treat this if you're McVay? Because you looked so bad last time out. I don't know what you do.
I think it depends. I think it depends, honestly, on what happens in the Seahawks 49ers game. If the 49ers win, you already know that you are locked into the 6th seed.
But how much do you try to play to get that stink off the last game you played? Do you just let it go?
Worry about that.
You don't let it bother you and just carry through, or do you get that offense in for a couple of series just to see if things are right? I don't know, man.
I mean, I rest my aging quarterback.
Well, certainly, there's something there, though, man. That was scary how bad it looked. But maybe it was just that one-off week. I don't know. He knows his team better than me. But the last thing I would
almost won that game.
Yeah, but just to lose the last 2 games of what has been a pretty spectacular year.
Yeah.
You just don't want to stumble into the playoffs. That's my only thought here.
They don't have a lot of momentum. Well, it'd be 3 losses because they lost to the Seahawks the week before. So
that's a bad taste. I don't know how hard I try on this one.
I think they win. I don't know that I think they cover because I think if you're betting on this game, you want to bet Rams in the first half. And by the way, and like I said, if the Seahawks win this, or if the 49ers win the game against the Seahawks on Saturday, I've got no interest in the Rams because I don't think they really try at all. Dolphins are at the Patriots. The Patriots are 10.5-point favorites. I like the Dolphins.
I was about to say, look out. McDaniel's got his team playing football, even though it doesn't matter. They're the bad news Bears.
Yeah, and the other thing on this one is I think there'll be some scoreboard watching. I think because the Chargers basically came out and waved the white flag and said we're not going to play Justin Herbert, it's now the Patriots see the writing on the wall that they're the 2 seed, and that's about where they max out at. I don't think they lose to the Dolphins, but I don't think they cover this thing. I don't think they get margin from the Dolphins.
Was somebody going to lay an egg in this game? I just don't know which one.
The Commanders are at the Eagles. The Eagles are 4.5-point favorites, which tells you that they do not plan on putting their best foot forward in this one.
Commanders are so bad.
They're awful.
So I don't know if that's big enough. I know that the Philly ain't going to score much, but I don't even know if the Commanders are going to score.
I mean, first of all, I don't know if Philly can score, whether or not they're trying to. But without Jalen Hurts, is it possible that they get better? Can Tanner McKee be better at quarterback than Jalen Hurts?
I don't think better long term.
But in a game,
for output, I think for output wise, I think the wide receivers are certainly going to be happy to see backup quarterback in there. There'll be no RPOs run. I know that. The Commanders are terrible. They couldn't do anything against that Cowboys defense.
There's no word yet on who else besides Jalen Hurts is going to sit. They did say they're prioritizing rest and avoiding injury while still hoping to win the game. But this is, I mean, I would imagine you want to win the game, but you're going to try and get a lead and get the hell out of there. But yeah, no Jalen Hurts. That tells me all I need to know. It's going to be hard. What they're saying is most of the starters are out in this.
And that's on the Philly side.
On the Philly side.
So what do we know about the Commanders?
The thought is A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith are all going to be out. I mean, the Commanders they don't really. I guess it's going to be Josh Johnson again. They don't really have an option.
How they score a point.
Yeah, and I would also question how many Eagles defenders are going to be playing. I mean, you got to field a roster, but
4.5.
4.5's the number. Yeah. Again, you could talk about Tanner McKee. I don't know. Who knows what to expect from there. The Dallas Cowboys are at the New York Giants. The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites on the road.
They're playing their starters. At least we'll ask Shoddy how long. Well, you'll be here in an hour, but
that's what he says.
I just don't get this at all. Okay.
I'm not sure what the. You know what? The only thing I can think is if you win this game, if you're Dallas, you finish 500, and it's not a losing season, which.
All right.
I'm not saying it's nothing to write home about, but it's not a losing season.
If they were playing at home, I would be on it. I'd be with you. If they were playing at home and they could take a win and go 500 in front of their fans and kind of like, we're sorry, but, we'll be back next year. But this is on the road. I just don't get the effort. I just what on earth is there to be gained?
And the Cowboys have been pretty meh away from home anyway. It's hard to want to back Dallas here, but Coach Schottenheimer might be able to convince me that they really are
And give me a reason. Give me your why, other than we're pros and we go play football as hard as we can every time we get a chance. Give me your why, and then I might believe it.
Yeah, because there is something. Like I said, the not having a losing record, the culture.
If that's it, and you can convince me of that, all right, go play. But for the love of God, don't let anybody get hurt.
But I also think the Giants understand the task as well. And after winning last week, You don't want to drop. They drop from number 1 to number 2. You don't want to drop from number 2 to number 6 or something.
Why try hard when a team's ready to lay down for you? I mean, why would you even begin to roll out anything of prize possession worthy? I mean, there's 4 dudes that shouldn't even be allowed out of their street clothes.
And then finally, Baltimore at the Steelers. The Ravens 3.5-point favorites on the road. This is the last game of the regular season, and this decides who wins the AFC North, who is going to the playoffs, and who is going home. There is no wild card available for these two teams. The Ravens have announced that Lamar Jackson will play in this game. Still no word on T.J. Watt. My general thought is, in this matchup, I always take the underdog, and I take the under. I think this is a rock fight game. And if I'm getting 3.5 points, I think I'm going to back the Steelers here. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but I think if I'm getting over a field goal, it's tough.
Even without Watt. I mean, Derrick Henry has been rediscovered.
Okay. Rediscovered against a Packers team that was a shell.
Well, yeah, but still, we know what Derrick Henry's capable of, even more than the Packers. I mean, that just doesn't seem like enough.
I saw Pittsburgh. I saw Pittsburgh go into Baltimore and win just a couple weeks ago.
What did we see last week?
I saw Pittsburgh lose last week.
To who?
Who did they lose?
Cleveland?
Cleveland, yeah, it was Cleveland.
You know, I think Lamar.
But you know what? How quickly we forget. Pittsburgh had won 3 games in a row. They're on top of the world. They lose 1 game on the road, and it's like, oh, they suck now. It's.
I think that it's such a deciding factor with me. They're going to have to be able to just control that line of scrimmage. And if they can't, Baltimore doesn't have much, but they got Derrick Henry.
But remember, this is a team that went into Detroit the week before that Cleveland game against a physical Detroit team that had something to play for at the time.
But like we said, there's a cancer there. There's something else at play in Detroit. I don't give it as much credit as you do.
Yeah. And they smacked around the week before. They smacked around that Dolphins team that's been showing good fight.
I'd like to see Tomlin win a game just for giggles, but I just think they just don't have enough.
I don't know that he wins it. And I said this last week. I'll say it again. The Bills fan in me wants the Ravens to lose, just so Lamar's not in the playoffs. But the football fan in me wants the Ravens to win, because if the Ravens get in and they have a healthy Lamar,
it makes interesting.
They're interesting. The Steelers aren't interesting in the playoffs to me at all.
Well,
the Steelers
Aaron is the only compelling part of this entire team.
But do we think the Steelers can win a playoff game?
No, absolutely not. And because we don't, then there's that whole thing that's in play about Tomlin. Is he or isn't he? Is he worth it or not? Is it done? So I think this will kind of hasten it. This is just an impossible situation to find yourself with Pittsburgh, because you stumbled against Cleveland. There's nothing to springboard, and then your best defensive dude still is kind of lingering between health and inability. It's a rough spot. I just think Baltimore's just found just enough to get by them.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll take a break from the NFL for a minute, and we'll dig into the San Antonio Spurs before we hop back into football when in the 8 o'clock hour when Coach Schottenheimer is going to join us. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, it's 2026. It's time to think about things that truly matter and resolve to fix things that need to be fixed. How's your water in your home? Have you thought about it? Have you considered what a substandard water treatment process or program does to your home? Years and years of sediment building up not only in your pipes but in your appliances, and eventually it's going to cost you some money. Now's the time to address those little things that you might not have considered as you resolve to freshen and brighten your new year. Call Connecticut today and get the very best, and get it at a rate that you might not have thought possible. Connecticut's the very best. There's not a lot of argument there. They've got the stats and the awards to prove it. But the consideration of cost is always there, and people don't realize how effective Connecticut is. It is as cost-effective as any water treatment service out there because of what they do and how well they do it. And right now, if you buy a Connecticut, you've got things to be had. How about a reverse osmosis drinking station? The kind of thing that I paid for, you're going to get for free. Never going to have to buy another water bottle. It'll all be ready for you right there at your kitchen sink. And they've got the decor to match what you've got in your home. I want you to call Connecticut today and get the very best at 656 Pure. Ask about the great financing available to you, and ask and see if there's even any money in your old water softener. Call Connecticut today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and happy Friday. As you head into your morning commute, we do have a trouble spot downtown. This wreck involving 5 vehicles. So multi-vehicle accident, 35 southbound, right as you approach St. Mary's. 2 left lanes, far right lane blocked. So expect stop-and-go conditions to start right around Austin Street. It's going to set you back about 8-10 minutes. Woodlawn approaching Bandera, that wreck's still there. And this stall at 90 westbound 36th Street, that just cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Guys, football season, we're running out of time. We got to get down on these football games, and the best place to do it is at Underdog. Plus, with Underdog Unwrapped, you're going to unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays. We've got boosts, gimme picks, deal reveals, and even some surprises sprinkled in. Now is the best time to get in the game. You can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas, and playing Underdog's so easy. You pick your favorite players, or they can go higher or lower on their stats. It's as simple as that. For me, I'm on Josh Allen rushing yards. I like higher. It's that time of year, a little cold. We got to take over the game. Who do you trust more than Josh? Guys, it's simple to play. Download the app, use promo code Alamo. $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Let's see what our own Reverend Charles has to say about reparations.
Oh, Lord. I've preached this sermon many times. If you want your reparations, I hope you get it. Because commandment number 6 is thou shalt not covet what thy neighbor have, and don't look at his wife, and don't look at his wife's ass neither.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers,
we've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking Active Liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery. Are now available at Wegmans. New year, new you, new Nordic.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm. How can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in Iraq, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All righty, 7:45 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First show of 2026, first of many.
How did you rock in the new year?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you fell asleep.
You fell asleep?
I was asleep, yeah.
I made it.
But you know what? I told my wife, I was like, I don't feel the need to stay up. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep.
Well, I slept the entire day.
Oh, that's
because
right.
of the all-nighter I'd pulled before. My wife finally woke me up, and I went and had a New Year's Eve dinner at 5 o'clock.
Damn.
Now, I want you to think about the
Was it at
typical
Luby's?
people. I should have gone to Luby's. It would have been a younger crowd. I swear to you, we went to a little neighborhood restaurant called Albies. I want to give them some credit. Great restaurant. We go there a lot. The 5 o'clock dining crew, there were at least 5 walkers in there. I have never been at a restaurant with more old people. I was like the young whippersnapper. I was like the young fella.
That's funny.
At 5 o'clock at Albies. That was the highlight of my night. That was the most excitement I had.
Was it just you and the wife?
Well, yeah, just the two of us amongst the old folks.
That's funny.
You have anything else soft?
Does this have salt in it?
Oh, man. I felt bad for the wait staff, but yeah, they rolled us all out of there before the real fun people showed up.
Yeah, I was lame. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to, once the football game was over, I was like, I'm just tired. Like I don't want to stay up.
My son calls, come downtown. We got it.
No, my God. No, I can't even imagine that.
But I will say this. San Antonio, you outdid yourself again. It was like
this is a good fireworks town.
It was like Baghdad at midnight. I mean, man, and every one of y'all illegal. Every one of y'all breaking the law.
It's just hard to understand. But it's been like that since I was little.
Is there any other city that does it like us? I really don't believe so. I don't think there's any other town that does fireworks on New Year's and July 4th like we do.
Even the cities where it's legal to do it, I don't think they do it this way.
No.
Well, Vegas does pretty good, but a lot of it is Vegas. If you get out on the outside of the valley, you can see everything all at once. So it's like, but in Vegas puts on a big they do a big show on the Strip that's from the city, but there's a lot of people who do it there. But it's nothing compared to here. This is a.
It really
dude,
is
it's
crazy.
so funny. All these people in parts of town where people can't afford to pay their bills, but they got fireworks.
$1,000 for
it. Yeah,
got that payday loan.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh man,
impressive, man. It really was.
B. Hannon says went to El Tiempo, was out at 10 o'clock. Oh, El Tiempo's a restaurant in Houston, fantastic place. You eat there, you're out at 10 o'clock, no matter what night it is. That sounds about right. Yeah, I just can't. I didn't feel that. What was I going to stay up for? I was going to watch the ball drop and then immediately go to sleep.
Ryan and his crew.
Did he look crazy?
His hair was back to normal, but he don't look right.
Yeah,
he don't look right.
And he's still they were still had Dick Clark out there, huh?
Yeah, they rolled it. Well, did they?
I thought that.
Was that what I saw? Was that real?
I think
they had the CGI Dick Clark.
Was it? I don't know. I don't know. What I understood was the that it's still called Dick Clark's Rockin' Christmas Eve. Yeah. And I get that, but yeah, there was some old man that looked like Dick Clark with Ryan Seacrest. I guess it was like the hologram or AI.
Clark's
I don't
dead.
know. He's been dead for how many years?
So I thought that was just CGI'd in there. That was
maybe
a real
it was.
Dude.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't awake for it. I just saw a clip of it.
We didn't actually see the ball drop. We just went outside to watch here.
Yeah, I've got no interest and. My dogs hate fireworks.
That was the other thing.
My dogs were jumping all over me the entire night.
Yeah, so it's just I just want my German Shepherd was like, dude, can we just go to bed? I said, okay. So me and her went to bed. The wife and kids, they stayed up till midnight, but I couldn't do it.
I saw the fireworks, but I had plans. I had to be someplace at 11 and park my ass for about 14 straight hours.
That's exactly what I did. I was telling you, my back hurts today.
Dude, it was due to inactivity. I think we're all.
I think you might be right. All right, let's dig into the San Antonio Spurs. We haven't really talked much about them.
Well, the panic attack that we all had on Saturday. Woo!
Yeah, they recover. They get a win on Wednesday.
Oh, that was Wednesday.
Saturday.
Sunday, Monday.
Spurs 134, Knicks 132. What's funny is it was a game that it's been kind of the opposite of your typical Spurs game. This is normally the Spurs play even or play better than their opponent for the first three quarters, and then they die in the fourth quarter. In this one, they were pretty thoroughly outplayed for the first three quarters of this game and really kind of took over in the fourth quarter and made the comeback and handled their business.
Well, New York tried to come in and body them, and the referees didn't like the way New York was going to play and started blowing whistles early and just made this game into a slog, made it into a slugfest, lots of free throws that mattered. I mean, the fact that both teams scored over 120 points was shocking to me.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of free throws made and a lot of shot making. But keep in mind, what was our conversation when last we spoke as they were prepping for the Knicks? We talked about Jane Champagny.
Yeah, I said tell him to stop shooting.
Holy crap. Now, everybody gets a heater. The most impressive thing about this was it didn't matter who was on the court. They were going to feed the Bulldog. And that was such an impressive move by guys that are obviously higher on the food chain on the Spurs to pass up open shots. The good to better was wherever Julian is, find him. That's the better. And they did it. And it didn't matter who the guards were. Champagny kept getting the ball. And that's a hard thing to coach guys to do.
Well, thank God he did, because the rest of the three-point shooting, if you take out Champagny's 11 of 17 night from three,
man. Feed him.
Which, what an incredible night. 11. He didn't take a shot that wasn't a three-pointer. 11 of 17 from three. The rest of the team was 3 of 21 from three.
Well, they started realizing, there's somebody else better than this than me.
When you have a guy who shoots 11 of 17 and as a team you still shoot 37%, that's the rest of your team was real bad.
Well, they were not accurate from the outskirts, but they were active in between. And there were a lot of loose rebounds because of that deep shooting that kept them in the game. They kept fighting. And I'll tell you what, I don't know what Jalen Brunson eats when he lands in San Antonio, but I think we all need to have it as a team meal for the Spurs. He loves playing here. I mean, he is a sniper here. He was devastating, and their ability to fight through that and the physicality of the game and win it, that was pretty impressive. And we haven't even gotten to the lead story here, which was watching Wemby limp off the court mid-game.
Yeah, that's not a great sign. And you and I were talking about this during the break, or a break. If you had said 2 years ago, how many MVPs is Wemby going to win? Like the answer was multiple. Like who knows how many, but it was multiple. Now it's like, would you bet over 1.5 just because he's going to have, there's a game's minimum that he has to play to win these awards. And it's starting to feel like he's never going to be healthy enough to play like a full workload of a season.
That's going to be difficult if he's willing to accept the fact that he's only going to get 25 minutes a night and will give you MVP play
in that
time frame. More power to you.
And you play your ass off in the playoffs, cool.
But it is a testament to how you have to build a team around him, because he can't be the only dude. He's going to need 3 or 4 very high-level dudes just to make sure that when you don't get him full game, when you go 2 games on, 3 games off, the kind of stuff that it looks like we're going to deal with here for the next 6 to 8 weeks, he's never going to get back into playing shape. The way that Mitch talks about it, now he's going to take some more time off, and he still wasn't back into the kind of physical shape that we are comfortable with starting. We're just going to have to get used to the spark plug MVP coming off the bench or just playing limited minutes. And you're right, at 65 games, you don't get to win the MVP. Even if in the minutes played you are the MVP, You don't get the trophy, nor do you get the guaranteed minimum pay.
Nope. Spurs back in action tonight. They are 6.5-point favorites on the road in Indiana, taking on the Pacers, who have lost 4 straight games at home. They've only won 6 games all season long. The Pacers are pretty awful, but the Spurs doing it without Wemby today, I would imagine it doesn't matter much. The Pacers have in their last
they're terrible.
10 games have been outscored by an average of 12.5 points per game. Just an absolute mess, getting obliterated. Meanwhile, the Spurs, of course, are 8-2 in their last 10, and no Obi Toppin, no Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers, and obviously no Wemby for the Spurs. All right, we'll have Coach Schottenheimer coming up in the next hour. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Straight Talk presents The Math of More. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
Kohl's new clearance markdowns are intense. Up to 70% off is the kind of deal that'll leave you feeling stunned and make you whisper things like, "Where have you been my whole life?" to a cardigan. Just take a deep breath, steady your cart, and try to act normal. But it's not possible. The savings are just too good. Shop new clearance markdowns now, in-store and online at Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Let's get the new year started with a brand new RV from the South Texas RV Super Sale. San Antonio area's best dealers have put together a fantastic RV show with the best prices ever. Hundreds of RVs for every family. Small towables, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and Class A, B, and C motorhomes. They're all on sale. Our dealers are picking up parking, so it's free. Come on over to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com to buy tickets in advance. Expo Hall to Freeman open today until 8 p.m. Doors open daily at 10 a.m. at SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute on I-10 westbound at Crossroads, that's a stall off to the left shoulder. On 90 westbound Ogalito, some debris reported in the right lane. And we still have this ongoing road work. I-10 eastbound, that off-ramp to UTSA Boulevard. Road work has the exit ramp closed. That wreck on 35 southbound approaching St. Mary's, that has cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
And then there were four. Texas Tech actually will not be part of that as they were shut out, falling to Oregon 23-0. They'll face Indiana, who absolutely crushed Alabama 38-3. Last night we saw a thriller. Ole Miss took down Georgia late. Final score 39-34. In the NBA, the Spurs coming back to work, but in Indiana, but they'll be without Victor Wembanyama. He was injured in the win over the Knicks the other night. He won't play tonight, but is not expected to miss much time after the MRI revealed only a hyperextension with no actual damage. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys will close out their year against the New York Giants, a game you can catch live right here on San Antonio Sports Star Sunday. Pre-game starting at 11. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at FixMyLowTeam.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. C-Note says it's true to players getting awards that don't deserve it because Wemby or Jokic or Embiid, etc., got hurt and missed some games.
That's the players' agreement that they signed.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the bed they made.
But also, like, if you don't play 3/4 of the games, I don't know that you can beat the MVP.
Well, I'm not going to go blanket statement, but yeah, I tend to agree with that. But
like, I mean, and the odds, like the easiest way, the easiest example of that is the odds when Jokic was announced to be out for, I don't know, a month.
Yeah.
The MVP odds went from basically like a pick'em between he and Shea to now Shea is minus 450 to be the MVP again. Luka's your second favorite at plus 370 because now it's understood that Jokic isn't going to play enough games to do it.
We put that in there to get our guys to play, no more load management. So they agreed to it. So, if you don't show, then you don't get the dough or the awards to go with it.
And it leads to having some weird names at the top of the MVP odds list.
And I think it might, if we in this year with Wemby and Joker not even under consideration, I think there might be some sort of move to fix this somehow to allow them to have access. But I don't know how much you give. I don't know how much I give up. I mean, I like the idea of, hey, man, you better play.
Yeah, I mean, it's not – what is it, 16 games you can miss? Or what's
you
the
have
number?
to play 65.
Dude, that's a
pretty nominal number. But
it is.
But we've it's sad that we're here, though, AJ, because 10 years, well, it's been, how long did Pop start load management? When was that? That's probably been about 10 years, right?
Yeah.
When he still had the crew. Before that, it was just generally accepted that you were going to play 70 games.
Yeah.
Or you suffered a tragic and ongoing injury that's going to keep you from any kind of. So, we've been battered down to go, well, 65 might not be fair. Maybe we should only make them play 55. Well, no.
We're asking you to play 3/4 of the season.
That's all we're asking. And if you can't do it, then maybe you don't deserve it. Maybe.
And quite frank, like in the NFL, can you imagine an NFL MVP who missed 5 games?
Yeah, I'm just going to take the week off because, I'm not feeling it.
I can't picture that. So, dude, play the game. I mean, it sucks that this is another year where Wemby is, like, if you put his per minutes numbers up there, he's going to look like the best in the world. But you know who the best guys in the world on a per minute basis are over the last 5 years? Joel Embiid and Zion Williamson. and get, like, dude, you got to be on there more minutes than that. It's great when you're out there, but, and especially these guys, like, quite frankly, a guy like Wemby who is not asked to play 35 minutes a game, you got to play at least 75% of the games.
You get that sense, but I'll tell you, when we talk about availability and playing, look, I just saw the Christmas Day numbers, and 45% increase year over year. Yeah. The highest rated noon game ever. The Spurs in the midday game was the highest since 2017. The last game was the highest since 2019. I mean, it was just a ratings bonanza. Now, they didn't even hold a candle to the NFL. I mean, they're only a third of what the NFL drew, but still, it was the biggest weekend ever, and it's in part to Wemby. Let's not kid ourselves. He was front and center, middle of the day. It was a ratings bonanza. They need him to play on these big games because he now is a premier draw.
Yeah. In the NBA, kudos to them. The NBA, which I wouldn't have been surprised if the numbers were low again. I think part of it was the NFL. They
didn't offer much.
They didn't. I mean, having no Mahomes on the field, no Lamar, like it was just okay, I guess. And
it helped the games were good. So
they still averaged 29 million viewers per game on the NFL.
The pros pulled about a third of what the NFL pulled, and it was still a bonanza. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's a win for the NBA. Because
really remarkable. And I saw some other stuff. They haven't dove in the numbers, but there's some social media stuff that they hit all-time record high. I mean, their impressions in Europe and across the world are really, really booming right now.
Yeah, I would if the NBA would have had another disastrous ratings, like last year was a disaster for the NBA, and I would have said, dude, maybe they just need to stop making this their big focal point day because it just looks bad. But this, to me, the NBA on Christmas Day, they're going to continue to roll it out there. I know the NFL has a Christmas Day game scheduled for next year. I don't know about beyond that.
I think they're going to stay there.
I'm sure they. I mean, listen.
Why would I give up that land? They got it, and they're going to keep it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it, and this is kind of off the. It's not about the games. A lot of it, I felt like on Christmas Day was just the TNT crew on. I mean, we never get to see them, and once you started watching early, it was hard to leave because you got to see them on one day. After what? We'd only seen them twice this season.
Yeah. I think. The times when it's going to be tough for the NFL is going to be when Christmas falls on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Like, how are you really going to throw somebody's schedule off that bad so they can play on Christmas?
And
I don't know that they'll do that.
You know what? You're right. Then we might get a 3-year hiatus. That Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, Monday, Tuesday. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday games probably not. I can see Thursday forever.
Yeah. So I think that as long as it's not on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I think the NFL will keep throwing games out there. But you start making guys play on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, you're really throwing off your schedule. So I don't think they want to do that. Then it becomes either a massive competitive disadvantage or advantage, depending on which side of it you're on. All right. The Spurs, who, like we said, they play the Pacers tonight. Not much of a game on paper. But as it stands right now, the Spurs sit just 4.5 games behind Oklahoma City, having won 8 of their last 10, and they're in a position right now where they can really kind of create some separation between them and the rest of the Western Conference with the Jokic injury. They are already 2 games ahead of the Rockets, and although the Rockets are starting to play some good ball again.
Yeah, they're going to be there at the end, and I think the Spurs understand. How much do you – again, we're stuck in this nebulous part of how much do we continue to put together this I'm not going to say roster, but, the starters, the backups, and the rotation and all that. We still don't have a permanent – we still don't have Wemby. It's still going to be – we're still dealing with this. At some point, what we're seeing is permanent. At some point, what we're seeing with Wemby, it might end up that he ends up spending the rest of the year coming off the bench or just limited to 20, 22, 23 minutes until we get into April if we get that far. I think we're just going to have to decide this is what it is.
It wouldn't shock me at all. And honestly, you said through this year, wouldn't shock me at all if that's kind of the case going forward.
And as long as he's good with it, and he seems to be kind of down with the plan, he hasn't been, I don't think, at least publicly bristled at having to come off the bench and being forced to, play, intermittent spurts and being pulled out of games when it matters, some things like that. I haven't heard him really, complain overtly. He doesn't look upset, but it is as bad as we could hope for, or as good as we could hope for, considering this bad situation of we can't stay healthy. I mean, this one guy after another.
Yeah. All right, let's hit a break because we've got to get on we've got to get on track to make sure we can have Coach Shoddy at the right time. So we'll take that break now. We'll be right back. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, it's time to get back to work, ladies and gentlemen, and the gym is waiting on you. You know what's waiting on you after that? Pain. Yeah, no pain, no gain, but you shouldn't let pain keep you out of doing things that you love or improving your health. We've all resolved to have a healthy 2026, at least I have, and I know that first strain or sprain that would genuinely just stop the workout program forever, I call a Rosti. They're going to see me today. They're going to accept my insurances, and they're going to get me back in the game I need to play. So if you're dealing with that soft tissue injury, maybe you're dealing with that kind of tightness that won't let you get back into your workout, know that you've got professional level physical therapy and fixes waiting on you at a Rosti all over town. You need to find one close to you. Go to Rosti.com. Write this number down, 1-800-404-6050. Know that if you're living in pain today, you can be back in the game tomorrow because of how Rosti does their business. They're going to give you a full evaluation, find out why you're hurting, and fix it. It's amazing. It has nothing to do with pills, has nothing to do with surgery. It's all about your body fixing itself. Don't let pain keep you out of the game. Call a Rosti today. They're going to get you fixed, and when they do, come on by and thank me later.
1, 2, 3, come on! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon, the Cowboys wrap up the season in New York, taking on the Giants at MetLife Stadium. Pre-game starts at 11.
I like this kind of party!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
At GiveMeTheVin.com, we are America's best car buyer. We're also firmly based right here in the oil industry's backyard. And we get it. We've adjusted our bids to provide the best money for your vehicle, hands down. We'll do our best to help you create that much-needed cash flow until the oil field booms again. And we believe it will. It's just another way we're quickly becoming America's best car buyer, especially here at home.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, live with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not.
Of course he did, right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part? You can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in and new line. $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio's leader in personal injury law, and we have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us to share more.
Number one priority is to let the people know that we are a law firm that's been part of this community for 50 years. Mr. Gomez, he's been a practicing attorney here since 1973. He's born and raised here in San Antonio, done nothing but help out personal injury victims. It's very important that we get that out to the San Antonio community because a lot of these attorneys like to come in here and act like they're from here, but they're all out-of-towners. They don't know what goes on here. If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, if you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm. We've been around for almost 50 years. And we're not going anywhere.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
When the dogs, they find her, they got time and time.
He still has to. No matter what.
Oh, I love this band. Stone Temple Pilots.
Well, what was?
Scott Weiland. What a guy he was. What a singer. What a voice.
Did you see the, I wonder what the Alamo Bowl ratings were. Do we know?
Ooh, I don't know.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. Overtime, a little extra football, yeah.
We don't have the numbers out yet.
Okay. Well, we'll patiently await them. Yeah. I mean, USC. I guess USC's probably it was the only game on at the time too.
Yeah, and if
I
you wait
bet
until
it did all right. I bet it did pretty well.
Let's see, they aren't available yet.
And it had a good lead in with that Tennessee-Illinois game. Yeah, I'm guessing it did pretty well. Especially because it was an overtime game. People are like, oh, yeah, it's getting good.
And congratulations to Derek Fox and Rick Hill and all the crew. They did a great job as usual. Everybody hosted, painted a pretty picture for San Antonio. Everybody did a great job.
Have you made the phone call to apologize for your peanuts?
No, I have not. I'm sure I'll run into Rick at some point, and he will remind me of the slob that I am.
I would guess so.
And I hope it doesn't besmirch our name at the San Antonio Sports Star. Don't hold them against my
peanut boy.
My peanut. I forgot where I was and just left him for the cleanup crew.
Have you heard the latest about Troy Aikman?
It's an interesting side gig, but why not?
Troy Aikman, who is an ESPN color commentator, an analyst, I guess is the proper term these days, is being brought in as a consultant for the Miami Dolphins on their general manager search.
Interesting gig.
What expertise does Troy Aikman
When I read
have?
that, I thought, so are you giving like a 30,000-foot view, or are you like actively nominating possible clients? Are you interested in it? I mean, why are you? Is this something that you see long term as something you might want to do?
I don't even know. I don't know. And in the story I read said that they liked Troy Aikman for this to bring him. They liked bringing him on as an advisor because he's got a great relationship with everybody around the league.
And that's worthy a good reason. You know, look at
what does he know about this?
Well, you know, we said the same thing about Lynch in San Francisco when he got the job. What do you know? You're just a former player. But you know what? He turned out pretty good. Yeah. I'm not saying Aikman has any pretending to trying to be that. But, you know, he does know the league. He's plugged in and knows everybody and every rumor and all that. He's maintained that kind of thing.
It's just weird that they like bring in the Monday Night Football analyst.
Right.
Like,
is there something more to just this first step?
Chris Collinsworth, can you help us out? Like, that would be so weird.
It sounds crazy, but there might be something more. I doubt it. I mean, you've got the greatest job in the world, dude. You get to go and you got one night a week you got to go to work, and there's just, I don't know why you'd want to leave it unless you're just not fulfilled. But at the same time, I am intrigued. I mean, who's to say he might not be good at this?
Yeah.
His best, Daryl Johnston, his best buddy in football, has wanted to be a GM and has bounced around. He spent some time here with the Commanders. He's GM some other places, so it's not like he's not amongst dudes that are doing it.
When I first saw that, I was like, they grabbed the Monday Night Football guy to help them pick a GM. That makes me not take you seriously as an organization.
Well,
I don't know why. Maybe it's not a big deal. I don't know.
I think it's a chance to get a couple of free flights to Miami and try something different. But there could be something more to this, or you don't say yes to it.
It's a little breaking news. The USA Hockey has announced their roster today. Canada did it 2 days ago.
Well, they play in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, they're about to get started. And I'm not going to go through the whole squad, but the guys that you already knew, like Jack Eichel, Austin Matthews, the Tkachuk brothers, some of the names joining them.
Is it the same roster that?
Not exactly the same. They've got a few guys who made it, who are in, few guys who are out.
Why? Why isn't it the same roster?
I mean,
are we better?
Some of it's health.
Is this the same team we saw that we loved 6 months ago?
For the most part.
Can they win it all?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
If the goaltending is good enough, Connor Hellebuck, Jake Ottinger, and Jeremy Swayman named as the third goalie from the Bruins. I will say there's a lot of people who are upset that maybe the U.S. is trying too hard to present an outward appearance to the world rather than bringing the best players.
What do you mean?
Seth Jones, a defenseman for the
is he a goon?
Panthers, is the son of Popeye Jones.
I saw that. He's got two NHL sons.
Yeah. Seth Jones is a good player.
Yeah.
He's probably on the downside of his career. They probably could have gotten a better guy to fill his spot. But there's a lot of people saying that because he is a black man, the U.S. wanted to have an appearance that we are a. I don't know.
I don't believe that.
It wouldn't shock me. Like I do think they want to say that, like, hey, the U.S. is not, some of these other places, but I don't know. There's some of these that you could make a case. Okay, well, is he the most deserving? Then why is he on the team?
Well, I know when you build a team, you don't build it full of stars.
Correct.
Sometimes you just need a dude.
The Olympic basketball team, often there's like, how is that guy on the team over that guy? And it's like, well, it's not necessarily.
Yeah. It's not an all-star team. It's a team.
Yeah. So I try not to look too much into it, but looking at this roster, it looks like they can compete.
Well, considering how important.
Although Canada's looked pretty damn good, too.
Think about if we can remember what that was 6 months ago and how fun that was and how people like me were bought into this. Give me that again. And you might start creating long-term fandom from places like me that really are looking for this kind of stuff to get started with it. And it was enough, man. I had a great time with the last one, so bring it again. I don't care who's on the roster. Just go win and make it fun. You're building clientele. You're building a fan base that out of nowhere, out of places that I don't think you would have thought you'd have got.
Yeah, that cup thing they did,
awesome.
last offseason or last regular season it was during the season, really brought on some people, some eyes that hadn't watched before. And I think I would expect the ratings for hockey in these Olympics to be probably the best they've been in a long time.
It's now, for me, appointment. And when I know they're playing, maybe years ago I probably wouldn't have tuned in, but I know the Kachuk brothers, and I appreciate the way they played. And who's our sniper from the young kid that we brought in last year?
Is it Austin
Connor.
Matthews you're talking
That's
about?
him, not Connor, but Austin, the other one. There's young talent coming in. Yeah, I just hope they bring it the same way they did, and they can really start building stuff.
Yeah, Jack Eichel, who was kind of the star for the U.S. in that cup, he plays for the Golden Knights. He's been out for like 2 weeks with an injury. So apparently they think he's going to.
So is the NHL just going to go on hiatus? What are they doing here? Okay,
yeah, they'll be on hiatus during that time, which. It's not the worst thing.
It's the best thing for the sport, best thing for me. I'm in.
And I think that's what the NHL realized, that this is what's best for our league.
I'm glad they're doing it. I didn't realize we were so close until yesterday, and I saw that they were going to announce today. And I thought, man, they got practice in 2 weeks, and literally their first game is really soon. At least their practice game.
Waited till the bitter end. So go Team USA.
Have we announced our luge and skeleton team yet?
I don't think so.
I'm really banking on them.
I don't know that there will be a big announcement for that, honestly.
I'm trying out.
It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
I have an Olympic dream.
I once entered my name into the NBA draft. I went unselected, but I did enter my name.
Who is this Hoffman kid?
So they were looking at it like, this guy's got no experience. He's a radio guy. What is he doing?
I just want to be the face first guy on the sled.
I just thought, how cool would it have been if someone accidentally turned my name in?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
You're on the couch and it gets called.
Then I get maybe I get a G League contract out of it. Who knows?
Bronny did.
Exactly. Yeah. If it could happen to Bronny, it could happen to me.
About the same skill set.
All right. We'll talk to Coach Schottenheimer on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
I want you to think about a big, tall glass of water. And when the last time you had one at your house, did you think about your water at all? Did you look at the water and go, what is that cloudy stuff? Did you look at the glass and go, why is there white powder there? Or better yet, did you notice that your ice is kind of cloudy? You know what that's telling you? There's stuff floating around in your water. That tells me that you don't have a Kinetico. See, I have a Kinetico and have for years. Not a concern for me. I'm not worried about my appliances going south because they're all clogged up with that grit and stuff that's in our water. And trust me, I know our water makes some good sweet tea and fine beer, but you don't want that sediment in your pipes. And Kinetico has made a lifelong commitment to me and all those that have it. Trust me, you get a Kinetico, that process of worried about all your pipes, that's out the window. And you can really take care of the stuff that matter, like how good does your coffee taste? How good is your tea? Are you comfortable with feeding that water to your kids, your grandkids, and your pets? If you're not, time to call Kinetico. Call them today at 656-PURE. Not only are they going to put in the best you can get at a price that you can certainly live with, but they got some gifts for you. How about a reverse osmosis drinking station on your kitchen sink? It's a great deal, and you'll never have another water bottle. Call 656-PURE. Go to KineticoSA.com for all the details. But if it's time for the very best, do it in 2026. Get a Kinetico today and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute on I-10 westbound at Crossroads, that's a stall off to the left shoulder. On 90 westbound of Galito, some debris reported in the right lane. And we still have this ongoing road work, I-10 eastbound, that off-ramp to UTSA Boulevard. Road work has the exit ramp closed. That wreck on 35 southbound approaching St. Mary's, that has cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Guys, football season, we're running out of time. We got to get down on these football games, and the best place to do it is at Underdog. Plus, with Underdog Unwrapped, you're going to unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays. We've got boosts, gimme picks, deal reveals, and even some surprises sprinkled in. Now is the best time to get in the game. You can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas, and playing on Underdog's so easy. You pick your favorite players, or they can go higher or lower on their stats. It's as simple as that. For me, I'm on Josh Allen rushing yards. I like higher. It's that time of year, a little cold. We got to take over the game. Who do you trust more than Josh? Guys, it's simple to play. Download the app, use promo code Alamo. $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-948-7878. That's 800-948-7878. 800-948-7878.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription for 65% off. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
The largest gun show in San Antonio is at the Shriner Auditorium this weekend. Texas Gun Shows is open today, 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Shriner Auditorium on 1604 today through Sunday.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Hope everybody has a great and safe, happy New Year's celebration. The Blitz will be back on Friday afternoon with all the reaction from the college football playoffs, the latest on the Spurs, and we'll get you ready for the final weekend of the NFL regular season. The Blitz Friday after the Texas State Rice Armed Forces Bowl. Who knows what time, but we'll be here.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, yo. Is this our last? Is this going to be our last combo with Coach Shoddy this year?
Next time we speak, we'll be in Oxnard, California.
Oh man,
Yeah.
he's going to miss us.
Yeah.
Oh, he should.
I mean, well, probably not.
Oh, he will. What's he going to do on his Friday mornings?
I don't know.
Every Friday morning at 8:30, he's going to have a void in his life.
Yeah, maybe like do some work. Probably doesn't want to bother with us. I can tell you that much. But he's a good sport about it. I must say he's been very, very kind to us, giving us the time, and is quite frankly an excellent interview. I always enjoy our time with Coach Shoddy. So there's something about the honesty, or at least the willingness to answer questions that we haven't always had.
Well, he hasn't been beat down by the world yet. He's still young and in the salad days of his coaching career.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe 3-4 years from now,
we'll beat it out of him.
Yeah, it'll be a whole different story. I bet you're right. That's what it'll be.
It'll just be standard response.
The Cowboys, who take on the New York Giants this weekend, and the Cowboys also, who are now one player short of the last time we talked to Coach Schottenheimer, having released Trayvon Diggs. So we'll get his thoughts on that. But speaking of, did you see Micah this weekend? Or I say this weekend, over the holiday?
No.
Micah's still posting about Jerry slandering his name and doesn't feel bad at all about no love lost between Micah and Jerry, apparently.
And to Jerry's credit, he's spoken. He hadn't said anything negative. He said he wishes him the best.
Yeah, I guess.
Even after he told him to fold that contract up and stick it up there.
He was laughing about the Cowboys' issues, and then there was a video of Matt Eberflus saying, "Yeah, our problems really started when we lost an elite edge rusher," and Michael Parsons did the laughing emojis. But it does feel, and Matt Eberflus yesterday came out and said that the defensive woes fall on him. So kind of the opposite of what Jerry said. He said the problems start with me.
Don't be the my bad guy. Don't be the my bad guy. We know. You don't have to tell me. I know. You know.
Yeah, we all kind of know. But it's also weird that Trayvon Diggs heading to the Packers. It probably shouldn't be much of a surprise.
Of course he was going to land in Green Bay. Are you kidding me? They're sharing bunk beds and having sleepovers.
Slackers.
The other thing that we've got to ask Shoddy about is saw Tyler Smith playing some left tackle, and left tackle has been tackle in general has been a sore spot for this team, for this franchise, the past few years. Maybe it is the right thing to do to put your best offensive lineman in the most important spot. Did you like that they did that? Could you see more of that going forward?
I think it was a novel approach. I think it was what I'm curious is why did you wait so long? I mean, what exactly was the reason for the delay? I think this entire the edges are in play. I think they're comfortable with the center and guards. I think there's no real shift.
Well, but you're less comfortable if you move Tyler Smith.
That's my fear, and I would rather keep the interior consistent and only move Tyler last gasp if I can't get it fixed in the offseason. I'm going to do everything I can to keep the interior of that line cohesive. And I'll fix the left and I will piece and parts right, but right now, the one good thing I got is that interior.
Yeah. It's tough because you want to be strong where you need to be strong, but you don't want to always do it at the expense of something else.
And I say that, but left tackle is an absolute priority. I mean, it is top 3 in the hierarchy of things I need. I need defensive dudes and a tackle.
Yeah. It's got to be your priority, and you can find guys to play interior,
and maybe you can draft the guard and move Tyler over. Maybe that's the answer.
Maybe
but
so.
Whatever the fix is, make sure that interior stays as consistent as you can.
Or maybe one of these guys that you're paying to play tackle would be better suited at guard. Sometimes that a change can help both ways.
That's why my question was, why now? Why did you wait till now to do this? Was it something that, once we're eliminated, we'll give it a shot? Because it seemed like it kind of worked.
Well, you know what? Let's ask the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. It is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer, for the last time this season, joins us on the program. Coach, how are you, friend?
I'm doing great, guys. Happy New Year. It's amazing. Your show's gotten better already in 2026. It's incredible.
Thank you.
The third wheel.
You flatterer.
Yes.
You flatterer. You. Yeah, we were just talking about what are you going to do at 8:30 on Fridays without us? We probably won't. We won't talk to you again until Oxnard. So I guess you're just going to have. What do you play Sudoku or what do you do on without us?
Fill the void.
Well, I mean, I think, they don't make my only schedule. I mean, shoot, we can do whatever we want. I might call in and ask questions. How about that?
All right, yeah.
Maybe I come up with I'll come up with a secret name and I'll call in and I'll ask questions and just try to stump you guys.
Yeah, come on in. Come on in,
Coach BS, long time, first time. I got a question.
That might give it away. Hey, this is Ryan Kuppenheimer.
Well, Coach, we were talking before you came on about the move with Tyler Smith and what went into what were the discussions like for Tyler to play there and what'd you think of his showing there, and is that something that could be a long-term answer for you guys at a position that, let's be frank, has kind of been a struggle the last couple of seasons?
Sure, I think well, first of all, the decision that was made. I mean, certainly, we're waiting for Tyler Guyton to get back, and he had the ankle, and we thought it was going to be a little bit of a shorter term deal, and nothing that Tyler did. It just sometimes these things take a little bit longer than they do, and we have another really talented young player in Nate Thomas, and we felt really good about our depth at tackle, and that's kind of where you don't want to be moving guys constantly. Like I'm not a big guy during the season where it's like, okay, hey, I want to move two people to try to solve one problem. So you lose a left tackle, let's move two people. It's not a formula, in my opinion, for success. But when we kind of got word that Guyton was going to miss basically the rest of the year, it became pretty evident that our best chance of continuing to play at a high level and try to win was to get our 5 best guys out there. And so we talked a lot about it, and at the end of the day, we just felt like going into these last couple games that our best chance to win and play well was to move Tyler Smith. But of course, you always get a chance to evaluate how he does out there. And again, Tyler Smith, of course, is such a talented young man. I mean, I have no question he could play left tackle at a high level in this league. And at the end of the day, next year and beyond, we'll make the decision that puts our best 5 guys out there.
Explain to the fans that are all talking, and some of us are in this room, saying, why are you playing everybody this week? What's the point? And obviously, we're professionals. You want to go win a football game. How much is it, are guys that might need some catches or reps for contract stuff? How much goes into play into the decision of how you play the last game?
Yeah, well, again, it's understandable question. Again, when you talk about building something, we're in year 1. We do have a chance to get to 8-8-1. That's important, not just to me, but to our players. We want to be 8-8-1. We want to go 5-1. But I will say this as well. When you talk about the roster and the way it's built, and the way the kind of the league does it, you've only got a certain amount of guys you can play. It's not like you can go into a game in the preseason when you have 90 guys. Like, guys have to play. And at the end of the day, these guys want to compete. These guys want to play. You've heard some of our players talk about how much this game's given them. And I think when you sign up for 17 championship opportunities, you don't do the game right, in my opinion, if you don't do everything you can to win the game. And, again, it doesn't mean there won't be some young guys that play. It won't be that, some things can get adjusted as we go. But, again, we play every game to try to win.
Do you worry at all about when you see guys like Javonte Williams, and obviously he's dealing with some health issues as we finish up this season? Do you worry that there could be a situation where someone gets hurt long term, and you have to answer the questions? What were you doing? What were you thinking having this guy out there? There's nothing to play for. Does that stuff go into your mind at all?
Nah, not really, because again, when we play this game, whether it's preseason, it's in practice. Unfortunately, injuries are part of the game. And again, like I said, when you talk about this, these guys play a very physical and violent game, and things do happen. And hopefully we come out of this game on Sunday without, any significant injuries. But at the end of the day, this is what we've signed up for. When you coach and play in this league, you want to maximize every opportunity that you're given. And at the end of the day, that's what we plan on doing.
But you said, I mean, you just mentioned there preseason. We wouldn't see Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb playing in the last game of the preseason. And that's because you want to minimize the risk, right?
Well, no, but you also have 90 guys. So
That's
you
true.
also have 14 receivers on your roster. So if you sit CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Kevontae Turpin, you've still got 9 or 10 more guys that you can play. Like, that's preseason. That's 90 guys on a roster. This is very different. You can only have your certain amount of inactives and things like that. So again, unless the league decides that they want to change and give us 75 guys on the roster and things like that, which I don't foresee them doing, then guys have to play. And we're not the only ones that have to make those decisions. But like I said, it's a philosophy and something that we feel very, very comfortable about.
Well, you did have one roster spot open up on Wednesday. The situation finally came to an end, and certainly there's some stuff in here we'll never know. But what's the feeling in the locker room the moment everybody else found out that he was gone?
Again, I think these guys understand the business. They understand that, a change happens, and whether you're talking about, players that get released, players, that get traded, things like that, it's part of the deal. It's what happens. It doesn't make it easy on you. None of these decisions are easy as you look at it, because these are guys that, again, you grow to love.
This decision seemed pretty easy.
Hey, it was not easy. I can promise you that. And again, these are guys like Trayvon's someone that I really do care about, and I really do wish him well. But at the end of the day, it was we feel the best decision for both Trayvon and the Cowboys.
Was it in your mind a decision that made your football team better, or made the culture inside your team better? Like made your team better on the field, or made your team better culturally, or is there a difference?
No, I think, again, at the end of the day, I think it's something that we just looked at and said, hey, this is in the best interest of our football team for multiple factors. And it wasn't just, hey, let's go and now, okay, next man up. That's part of the deal. But at the end of the day, we have a strong locker room. We have guys that are truly have bought in and been a strong brotherhood, and they buy into the fact that our competitive spirit and our love for one another is what's going to drive us. And again, it's part of the business, and I wish Trayvon nothing but the best. And I have no question that Trayvon can still play the game at a high level.
Coach, at the end of the first year, and we're not going to get a chance to talk to you next week, and you're a lifer. You've been around this for so long, since basically you could walk. Was there anything this year that happened that you just didn't expect as a head coach? Was there anything that came up that you thought, wow, wish somebody had warned me about that?
Well, again, I would say you'd have to go to the Marshawn, kneeling. I mean, that was something that you never planned for. I don't wish it on anybody. I don't wish it on any head coach, any position coach, any player, any team. But I do, guys, I think that's one of the things I'm really, really proud of, is how we handled that adversity. And quite honestly, guys, we're still grieving. We're still grieving Marshawn. We always will. And but outside of that, I think that there's something every week. Until you sit in this chair, right, you really don't realize. You're like, wow. Like at the end of the week, when you lay your head down on a Friday or Saturday night, you're like, damn, I didn't see that coming. But you have to kind of trust your instincts and your gut. And I really do think one of the things that allows me to, make some of the decisions that I'm forced to make is the fact that I have been around this game my entire life. And quite honestly, I think I have pretty good common sense. And it is not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
As you look back on your first season on the field, what was the high water mark for you, and what was the spot where you're like, man, I wish this could have gone, or maybe had this gone a little bit differently, maybe we'd be looking forward to playing for a couple more weeks. Like, do you have a high and a low for this season?
I think the high is just, again, the type of guys we got in the locker room. I'm always going to go there. I mean, this is really a special group. This will actually be our last Friday practice of this really football team, the Dallas Cowboys of 2025. And that's, again, because of what we talked about earlier, how fast things change and move and things like that. But I really am. I'm not just saying that. Those are not just words. I really do love those guys in that locker room. And why? I love them because of how hard they work, how much they've bought in. Just the way that they approach what we're doing. I think that's just something that I certainly really appreciate and love those guys for. And then, the area that probably keeps me up at night that I'm disappointed in, and it certainly does have a huge factor of why we're not in the postseason, and that's the fact that we did not win the turnover battle this year. We did not get enough takeaways on defense, and we turned it over too much on offense. And when you look at the teams and you just pull the numbers, we did it yesterday with the team. And because you're trying to paint pictures of why. You want these guys to understand why. And we showed the top teams in the league and the bottom teams in the league. And I think, the best team in the league right now is the Bears. They're plus 20 or whatever it is, and we're down there -8. And there's the strongest correlation is if you're in double digits in the turnover margin, you are going to make the playoffs. And it's almost a certainty. And we have to fix that. We will fix that in 2026 because it is too big of a determining factor of whether you win or lose football games.
Turnovers are it's like a virus, both positive and negative. Once they catch, you can't seem to stop giving them or getting them. What is the witchcraft to doing that? Is that a scheme change? Is that an attitude change? What flips the switch on turnovers from dust, quite frankly?
Yeah, I think it's something that, we're going to have to do a deep dive and look into, but I do think I think it's, the way you practice, and you have to do a great job in practice of being intentional, whether you're the scout team on either side of the ball of protecting the ball or disrupting the ball. You have to, do the ball security circuits, which we do. I think part of it is continuing education when you're going into a game of, hey, this is how this team creates takeaways, or this is how we can generate takeaways against this team. There's definitely things from a scheme standpoint. When you're affecting the passer more than we did this year, you're going to force errant throws. And that's unfortunately part of the issue that we had is we didn't affect the quarterback enough, and therefore there weren't enough errant throws. And so your chances to get interceptions go down. And let's go back to what's one example. You go back to the Philadelphia game, and what changed that game, it was a back-and-forth game. We spotted him 21. What changed that game was Elijah Clark knocking the ball out on the punt return, giving us the short field right there. Like, that's the power of the ball. And I think they come in bunches. I think we've had 6 games this year. We had a streak of 4 games earlier in the year with what we call a goose egg, 0 giveaways. That's good. But again, you got to be on the plus side of the giveaway takeaway margin, and truly you have to be in double digits.
Power of the ball, I like that.
How I've always saw, and this is me as the NFL handicapper speaking, I always say that turnovers from an offensive standpoint, like you can have a team that's very turnover prone. From a defensive standpoint, there's a lot of luck involved in turnovers. Like when a fumble hits the ground, it's really kind of a 50-50 thing. And a lot of the interceptions that happen require an offense to give the ball away. And that's why defensive turnovers forced are such a roller coaster year to year. A team can lead the league one year and be dead last the next year, and it's not all that unusual. What do you put the percentage offense versus defense on responsibility for winning that turnover battle?
Yeah, I honestly do. I'm not trying to avoid the question. I think they're very separate. I do think that, when you talk about interceptions, for example, we really categorize interceptions into really 3 things, right? You've got bad throw interceptions, which are going to happen. Man, I missed a throw. It sailed on me, whatever. Okay, you've got bad decision interceptions, which can't happen. That's when you throw a ball into triple coverage or you throw a ball late down the middle. And then you've got the miscellaneous ones, which are kind of ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. But there are certain things that you can control. And, for example, as great of a player that Dak is, the one thing I think he's done a really good job of this year is he's not had those bad decision interceptions. And so that lowers your number. And then, again, there's a certain way you want to carry the football on offense. If we carry the football the right way and we lock the ball in pressure and, we basically, we call it head, body, tail and things like that. If you lock the ball up in traffic, it's harder for the defense to distract the ball and get it away from us. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I do think, most of the turnovers in this league start with the pass rush. Why? Well, you impact the quarterback and you make him make an errant throw. I've already talked about that. But how about the strip sacks? How about he goes to step up or he gets hit as he's trying to throw it, and then the ball's there. The other thing I think that's so powerful is, and we teach our guys all the time, but we have to continue to be better, is you got to pick everything up, man. Every ball that's on the ground, don't leave it up to the officials to try to get it right, whether it was a fumble or an incomplete pass. And there's little things like that we have to get back to emphasizing because, again, it is critical. And honestly, when we talk about our football mantra, it's the number one thing up there. And unfortunately, starting with me, we did not do a good enough job as a staff and as a group of players at doing that this year.
The end of the season is certainly a process, and every team is a unique thing, and things change. What's your schedule look like as the season ends, as coaching things change and players? What's the process look like for you?
Yes, to go to New York, hopefully get this win and finish the season on a high note, and come back. We got a bunch of exit interviews we got to get done with the players and coaches, and we'll kind of start the process of looking back and going through the after-action reports of things we did well in all three phases, things we didn't do well. Okay, the things we didn't do well, how do we improve those? How do we make those better? And it's a long process, but it's something that I like. And there's a lot of times where it's like, okay, hey, let's rush through this decision. No, none of these decisions, whether you're evaluating, your offense, your defense, your special teams, the ball security we just talked about, like it takes time and it's a process. And I actually, in a weird way, I love the process because I do think it gives you a chance when you do it the right way to truly gain an advantage on the rest of the league.
The discussion about the Cowboys this week nationally has been about Matt Eberflus. And, it seemed like earlier in the week, Jerry Jones was saying, it's not just one guy. It starts at the top. It's everybody's got their fingers in this defense. Yesterday, Matt Eberflus came out and said, this defense is failing, is on me. At what point does the discussion happen about personnel, your staff personnel with Jerry, where you guys sit down and look at not just Matt, but everybody on the staff and say, this is where we're strong, this is where we're weak? How long after the season ends does that happen?
Yeah, it starts immediately. I mean, again, we have these conversations all the time, and like I said, the exit interviews are a big part of that. And like I said, there's a process, and again, it's think of it as a debrief. You're talking to coaches and players, and hey, what did we do well, and hey, what can we be better at? Okay, well, yeah, I see that. Well, let's dive a little bit deeper into that. But again, these things are very, very powerful because you can gain a lot of insight into a long process of the season, and it's good to kind of take a step back, have really, like I like to say, I like to have hard conversations and talk through things and kind of see the direction that we want to go.
Do you expect to see George Pickens back next year?
I hope so. Yeah, I really do. I love watching.
You hope. You expect?
I love watching George play football, and I hope so, and I think so. I think we'll do everything in our power to get him back.
Let's say you're the teacher. What's the letter grade that you give Brian Schottenheimer for his first year as a head coach?
I'd say probably a C minus. Disappointed in the record. Certainly not hitting the postseason. Very pleased with the offense and what we're able to do over there. I think at the end of the day, we're going to be judged on wins and losses. I do think some of the positives that we did, was we have developed a very strong culture. I spoke about the Marshawn incident, and again, there's definitely buy-in to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build. But I'm always going to give myself a tough grade when you don't end up achieving the postseason, because the postseason is where you need to get to have a chance to win the ultimate goal, which is to be world champs.
Well, self-evaluation is always the most difficult. As far as the interviews go, Coach, I'll give you a solid A. Solid.
Yeah,
I
it looked like you did your
guys.
homework. You came prepared. You never missed a play. You were always on time. So, yeah, outstanding.
Now,
well, and be on the lookout for Ryan Kuppenheimer over these next couple weeks when he calls in with a few questions. Ryan Kuppenheimer from Frisco.
Now, don't big time us when we get out to Oxnard and we try and get you on the show there, and you go, oh, I don't know those guys. I don't pull that on us. Like remember the little people next year.
Hey. Yeah, again, hey, I like lemons and vodka. So if you guys want to just kind of draw my attention, just maybe have a bottle of vodka and some lemons sitting over there on your table, and it'll draw me over, man.
Well, you know what? We're at workout when we get out there. Our show starts at 4 a.m. So we
We'll
still
see
have vodka and lemon on our breath,
From the
Coach.
night
You'll
before.
know where we're at, baby.
Yeah, well, I'm not coming on at 4 a.m. I can promise you that. I'll catch you guys a little bit later in the day.
Coach, we appreciate all the time you've given us this year. Best of luck finishing up the season strong. Stay warm up there in New York, and looking forward to doing this again next year. We appreciate everything, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys. Happy New Year. Really do enjoy it, and have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Coach. That is Coach Brian Schottenheimer, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. He and all our guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricade, serving San Antonio and beyond with traffic control, rental, and sales. All right, 1 hour left in our first show of the new year. We will finish strong. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Kohl's new clearance markdowns are intense. Up to 70% off is the kind of deal that'll leave you feeling stunned and make you whisper things like, "Where have you been my whole life?" to a cardigan. Just take a deep breath, steady your cart, and try to act normal. But it's not possible. The savings are just too good. Shop new clearance markdowns now in-store and online at Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Let's get this new year started with a brand new RV from the South Texas RV Super Sale. Hundreds of RVs of every type from San Antonio area's best dealers. And free parking thanks to our dealers. Go to SouthTexasRVSuperSale.com for details and tickets. January 1st through the 4th at Expo Hall.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula?
No.
Coffee?
No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo?
Absolutely not. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2706. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-2706. That's 800-575-2706.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
George gets justice. In San Antonio, we look out for each other. So if someone's reckless driving puts you in the hospital, don't call some out-of-town lawyer. Call someone who actually lives here and will fight for what you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers. Because to George, you're a neighbor and he's got your back. And remember, you only pay if they win. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. 35 southbound Rittiman had a stall on the frontage road that cleared, and that stall at I-10 frontage road westbound at FM 1516 Far East Side. That is cleared as well. Still have this ongoing road work on I-10 eastbound. That off-ramp to get onto UTSA Boulevard, exit ramp closed with road work. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
And then there were 4. Texas Tech actually will not be part of that as they were shut out, falling to Oregon 23-0. They'll face Indiana, who absolutely crushed Alabama 38-3. Last night we saw a thriller. Ole Miss took down Georgia late. Final score 39-34. In the NBA, the Spurs coming back to work, but in Indiana, but they'll be without Victor Wembanyama. He was injured in the win over the Knicks the other night. He won't play tonight, but is not expected to miss much time after the MRI revealed only a hyperextension with no actual damage. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys will close out their year against the New York Giants, a game you can catch live right here on San Antonio Sports Star Sunday. Pre-game starting at 11. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey-o, 9:06 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Our last interview with Coach Schottenheimer. We'll miss talking to him. That's fun. Were you satisfied with his answers to why he's playing his guys this week?
No, but I think he's doing what his guys want to do.
Okay.
I think if a player looked even kind of banged up, he ain't playing. But if you're healthy and you want to go out and have some fun one more game and achieve something, who am I to tell you no? But I can tell you this: the moment it looks like you're not at 100% or giving me 100%, the moment this thing's looked like it's going weird, you're all going to sit down. I'm going to hide your helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand it. I wouldn't do it. But, they're professionals, and the reason they are there is because they have the drive to win everything from tic-tac-toe to the football game. And let them go do it, but never to the hindrance of the future.
Did you see Kirby Smart's response to the going forward on the 4th down?
I hadn't heard it. Like I said when we talked about this earlier, no matter what he says, it was arrogance. At the end of the day, it was just arrogance.
So Kirby said, obviously they were 4th and 2, their own 33. And remember, Georgia ran their punt team on the field, but there was an Ole Miss defender that was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to put the offense back on the field. And he said they've either got to try to they were going to try to draw the Rebels offside, or they were going to take a delay of game and then punt. Instead, Georgia snapped the ball, and obviously Gunnar Stockton, who didn't look like he was ready for the ball, got wrecked. Kirby said, we had a misfire there. The ball was not supposed to be snapped in that situation, and that's on us as coaches. So they never intended to even go for it on that 4th
why
and 2.
put your dudes in that situation?
I think to try and pull the guys offside. You get that free first down.
Don't pass it on to your sophomore snapper. You know, dude, you shouldn't. If there was any thought that could have happened, then you don't do it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And now Kirby did say that, you know, the fake punt that they got, and that kind of evened out, he thought. So he didn't think it was like the end-all, be-all. They recovered from that, and they tied the score.
He's right, but the effort it took to overcome it, you know, might have cost them at the end. That's just one of those moves that just smelled of desperation or arrogance, one or the other.
I think the biggest mistake Georgia ended up making was when Ole Miss was trying to let them into the end zone at the end of the game. I would not have accepted it. I would have
kept running the clock.
Yeah, I would have tried. I would have made them at least make them use that last timeout.
Probably.
And I think that was a big mistake that they made.
You know, you see that in other places, and it's really hard to not go score, you know, to grab a knee at the 1 and go, well, we're going to run it one more time, and then you don't get in. It could be the ultimate idiot move if you don't take what's given to you. But in hindsight, they shouldn't have. I mean, we all talked about it. Everybody talked about it. Oh, you scored too fast.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You know, because Kirby, or I guess it was Pete Golding, didn't use his timeout on the second down when I thought they were going to use that last timeout. I said, man, they're going to have to run one more play. And they got in the end zone. I said, oh, man, that was a mistake. And it ends up biting them, especially when you get to throw a couple pass interferences in there.
Well, there was that. That helped.
And they got a kicker who can kick it from the moon.
Dude, you knew he was going to win. You just knew it. You just once they picked up that deep first down, that it was over. It was absolutely over. And just again, what a perfect end to not an exceptional day of competitive, you know, down to the wire football, but as good a college football day as I've spent since basically last year on a day like this. But it everything delivered from the Wednesday night to all day Thursday was just spectacular college football. Did you notice? On the Wednesday night game, was it the Wednesday night game that there wasn't a penalty called until late in the fourth quarter?
Oh, yeah.
And it's not about, they just let them hold. There wasn't a procedure call.
No, it was clean
There wasn't
play,
an
man.
offside. And it was pretty much like that in every game but the Tech-Oregon game. And it was Tech that really kind of showed the moment was awfully big.
This was this was one of Kirby Smart's youngest teams. Most of his key guys are coming back. Gunnar Stockton, Nate Frazier, most of the defense, they're all expected to come back. They are going to lose some guys, maybe some receivers, but you know Georgia's going to get back in the transfer portal. They'll reload pretty quickly.
I'm far more comfortable with them than I am Ole Miss's future, I can tell you that.
Yeah, but what's the one thing I will say about Georgia is they have been – is the word selective with who they go after in the portal. Like they still rely maybe more than any team. It's probably them or Clemson on high school recruits.
But to do that, you can't lose dudes. You know, they don't lose people. So you can do that if no one leaves.
But I got to say, I think Georgia is going to be
they're back.
They'll be back again next year.
Stockton, and look at the quarterbacks that are there. They're all mature, been there, done that quarterbacks, every one of them.
Yeah. Now, Alabama, they've got a few more questions facing them. First of all, is Ty Simpson going to be back? I don't know.
Oh, he might not. He better not go pro. I'll just say that. He's not ready for the NFL. Now, whether he stays at Alabama might be a question. I can't imagine he'd leave, but there's some money out there.
If he's leaving, I would imagine it's for the pros. If he stays, it'd be shocking.
Do you think if he was to step out today from what you saw this year, given you figure that Fernando's going to go number one, I don't know what Dante looks like at Oregon, and the other couple of three, where would you put him? A fourth rounder, fifth rounder at best?
No, I think he's probably a second round, third round guy.
Okay.
Like I think he's he's not a guaranteed starter in the league.
Oh, not even close.
I'm talking about like long term. I don't know.
Maybe long term, but I think he needs to go back to school. You know, he had wide receiver talent that didn't show up. I don't know if it was his fault or their fault, but they need to kind of reevaluate and be a number one or a first round draft pick coming out next year. I think I think he got knocked out of the game. That was a good thing for him.
Ty Simpson, whether he's back or not, they have Keelan Russell, who was a 5-star guy who's,
the guy that
who's ready to
stepped
go.
in that actually played pretty well.
Yeah, they'll probably be okay. What about Texas Tech? What happens to Texas Tech next year?
Well, all that high-powered talent's gone. But the good news is everybody knows that they've got an open bank. So if you're looking to join the portal and you're half-ass good, I guarantee you're looking to send a tape to Tech.
I always wonder how often or how many times will a guy like that, who's obviously putting all this money, what's his name, Cody I keep wanting to say Cody Carlson, but I know that's not it. How many times do you open your checkbook if the results don't get you what you're looking for?
I think it was Troy Aikman was talking about just kind of in a conversation that got picked up by somebody. Said, hey, man, they called me about a running back at UCLA, and I funded this guy. And, everything went south. I haven't heard from the UCLA types at all.
It was Aikman.
I think that is such a volatile relationship. Now, the good news is this Cody guy isn't just the money. He's the general manager.
Yeah.
So, and, he's got $1 billion, $10 million a year or 20, whatever he's donating, nothing. That's fun money for him. So I don't think that'll change, but eventually there's diminishing returns. Eventually, either I need a championship or I'm going to need some other people donating, and I just can't afford to do this anymore. I think Tech's on the upward rise. I think Joey McGuire, along with Lombardi or whatever we want to define what's going on in Indiana, are on the forefront of what college football is going to look like, and they know how to recruit. They know how to put a team together fast. They know how to get the right dudes to mesh, or at least they did over this year. So I think Tech is still on an upward trajectory, even more so now because, quite frankly, they got embarrassed. And they're going to be called frauds,
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think you check out on that. But I bet he's got a limit, a financial limit at how much he'll donate, but I don't think they're there yet.
You've got a lot coming back for Ohio State. The likelihood is Jeremiah Smith is going to return. Julian Sayin, Bo Jackson look like they're all going to be back. Obviously, you're going to lose a lot of guys to the NFL. The biggest question for Ohio State, or like the question of them getting back to the playoff, is their schedule. Their schedule next year, oof. Road trip to Texas, road trip to Indiana, road trip to USC, and then they have Oregon and Michigan at home.
Hey, they're the big dogs. They're going to reload. I have no pity for Ohio State having to get a road to Texas and having to go to Indiana. You also get to play Northwestern.
Yeah, that's true.
You also get some of those, so I don't feel too bad for you.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. All these teams can be back in the mix next year.
I fully expect Ohio State and Georgia to be right there at the end. I don't know
Alabama too. Probably.
Yeah, well, I think Alabama is worth discussion. I think that we're going to see a shift. I think that there's been 2 years now of Alabama with some questions, and that's 2 years of that's sophomore and junior year for some football players that might have thought Alabama was a preeminent, but 2 years of this, I don't know, man. I think there might be a little bit of a void on the upper edge of the SEC, and maybe Alabama's going back to a time frame of 4 or 5 years of just high average instead of great. We got 2 years of this now.
I mean, they won 11 games
I
this
agree,
year.
But think about how they felt at the end of both of those years.
Yeah.
The coaches, if I'm a junior about to commit, do I think Kalen DeBoer is going to survive another year after these 2 years after this? I think that there's a little hiccup at the top of the SEC, and there's going to be some talent available to some schools that might not have had it with the trickle-down effect of what we're going to see in Bama. It's going to be interesting to see this portal. Not so much about the guys that leave, but who is going to come.
Yeah, I don't worry about Alabama as much as I think you do. I think Kalen DeBoer is a good coach, and I think the arrow's pointed in the right direction for these guys. You
think so?
I do.
The world. I hate being that guy, but the world is better when Alabama's good. But I just, if you were a stud defensive tackle coming out, and Bama was in your top 4, and you had Georgia, and you had Bama, and another SEC school, and say it was Ohio State, would Alabama still be today your first pick?
What's the money like?
Well, obviously. I mean, I'm saying money equal. Everybody knows you're worth $400,000, so you're going to get $400K from everybody. And you look at the rosters and go, I can go to Georgia, I go to Bama. I could go to Ohio State or whatever else. I'm talking about these are the levels.
If playing time, like ability to get on the field early, isn't a factor, then probably not. Like I'd probably look at Georgia first, but I mean, but the fact is, you're still in that discussion of the elites, and if there's 10 defensive tackles in the country who are picking out of the elite schools, you're going to get one or two of them. You know,
I just think that this is a very pivotal time for Bama because we've got 2 consecutive years of at the end of the season, everybody looking at the coach like, should we fire him? Does he deserve to stay? Well, that makes it really hard to recruit those 5 stars that are looking to know that when I do arrive on campus, you're going to be here to put me in the pros.
Yeah. Well, remember Nick Saban, his last game was getting his ass kicked at the Rose Bowl.
So we're looking at 3 years. And, it's not like they're down. They certainly have the talent, but they don't have a running back. And that's a team that always had a running back. So they are getting recruited against and getting bought off by some middling teams. It's not as easy as it used to be for Bama.
I also think following Saban was always going to be a tough act. I think that it was huge for DeBoer not to have 9 wins again, to have single-digit wins, because Nick Saban had single-digit wins once at Alabama, and that was his very first year. I think that 9 wins is a massive disappointment at Alabama. So for him to get to 11 this year, I think was important. But
the last bite of meal was terrible.
It was, and it's going to be a rough off season. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll see what's going on in the world outside of sporting. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
I want you to consider a tall glass of water right now, not for just its beauty, but for how it looks in your glass. Is it crystal clear? If you left it there overnight, would it basically just turn into white powder on the edges? Does stuff come out of your dishwasher with powder on it? Do the whites in your dishwasher slowly turn gray? If you have any of those things, you got a water treatment problem. Now, we know the water coming out of our aquifer around the wells around here in South and Central Texas, it's got a little stuff in it, but that adds flavor, right? But you don't want it in your appliances, and you certainly don't want it in your pipes or in your body. That's why I have a Connecticut. It's the best water treatment program out there, and they've got the awards to prove it. Go ask them. The reason I have a Connecticut is, quite frankly, I've always had one and never had a problem. I have never once had to use my warranty on a Connecticut. It's clean, clear water every time I use it. Hadn't had to call a plumber. Haven't had to replace a refrigerator either. I want that for you. And right now, there's been no better time. You know those reverse osmosis drinking stations that you see so much about, the ones that eliminate the need to go buy water bottles? How about one for free? How about one for just calling Connecticut at 656 Pure and purchasing the very best? You get a little gift along with it. Ask them about money in your old water softener, and I'm with approved credit. Ask about the easy financing. What I'm getting at is make 2026 your year of clean water. Call Connecticut today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. 35 southbound Rittiman had a stall on the frontage road that cleared, and that stall at I-10 frontage road westbound at FM 1516 Far East Side. That is cleared as well. Still have this ongoing road work on I-10 eastbound, that off-ramp to get onto UTSA Boulevard, exit ramp closed with road work. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Indeed Sponsored Jobs gives your job posting a turbo boost. Match with the candidates you're looking for, making your hiring simple. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Again, that's Indeed.com/credit.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Frankly, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Let's get this new year started with a brand new RV from the South Texas RV Super Sale. Hundreds of RVs of every type from San Antonio area's best dealers. And free parking thanks to our dealers. Go to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com for details and tickets. January 1st through the 4th at Expo Hall.
The Lowe's Closeout event is here with the final savings of the season. Grab amazing deals on seasonal decor, tools, flooring, and more before they're gone. Plus, MyLowe's Rewards and MyLowe's Pro Rewards members get free standard shipping. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Free shipping excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to change. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Did you ever see Tom Petty?
No.
Me either.
I wish I
had. A great
had.
regret.
Yeah.
Great regrets.
What do you think of the idea that these games should be played on campuses?
I think there's some merit to it.
Dan Lanning said that the game yesterday shouldn't have been at the Orange Bowl. It should have been in Lubbock. Like it should have been on a and the kickoff, like the crowd at kickoff for that Oregon Texas Tech game was
pretty low.
Oof,
pretty low.
And playing those in an NFL, like when the crowd's not huge in the Alamo Dome at kickoff, it's one thing. When it's an NFL stadium and like the whole upper deck is empty, it's like, ooh, it's not the environment you're hoping for.
It's not conducive to large crowds in the quarters. It's just not gonna be. Now I can see. Let's see what happens in the semis. I think there's gonna be a lot more involvement because there's just more to it, but. It is a huge advantage. Let's not kid ourselves. But in college, it's not as big as you might think. It really, I think it's a much more bigger advantage for pros than it is in college.
To be on the road or to be at home,
I think the pros need the home field more than the college. College kids can ride on emotion. You can roll into a place and shut it down and win.
Man, I think the idea of having your students there,
it matters. But
to me, I think of I think of college as a bigger home field advantage. Like the good home field advantages in college, like Georgia or Texas A&M. Like I give a lot of merit to those.
It adds, but it's not the be all and end all. I think that you can ride so much on emotion, whether you're home or away. I do think the crowd noise does matter, but there's only a few schools that can really legitimately generate that kind of noise with the size of their stadium. I mean, A&M and Texas and Ohio State, obviously, but not everybody can fill. Miami can fill a building, but is it going to be that loud no matter where they are? I mean, Ole Miss at home, at least it'll be full. I would not be opposed to playing at home until the semis. I think the first fix has to be the separation from the last game to the first game for those with a bye. I just don't think it's not good for the game when teams are taking 3 weeks off. And other teams aren't. I think there's a competitive advantage to playing early, especially if you get to play Tulane and James Madison. You get a tune-up game and acting as if, and you're not worried about, just the devastating violence of some of these higher echelon teams.
Well,
it needs to be fixed.
Teams with a bye now 1-7 in this era.
What would you say if we went to double bye week during the year and add another week to the season?
I don't mind that.
Then maybe instead of 25 days, it's only 18 days. I just think Ohio State was dealt a bad hand, and they got beat by a better team. I'm not going to say that was the reason they lost, but I do think competitively that first quarter, it just looked like everybody who hadn't played in a month looked like it.
I think that's going to be fixed organically because when they go to 16 teams.
Exactly. And if they do that, but even when you go to 16, we're still going to have this lull. We can't go every other week. I mean, we're still going to get a void week or two. I don't know what the fix is.
But at least it'll be equal then.
At least but the numbers tell me it is a competitive disadvantage to be a top 4 team.
Although it's a pretty small sample size.
Well, 2 years in, I mean, I don't know how long we want to wait, but you're right. It is a small one, but I can tell you that I think anybody who had the bye who lost, all the coaches will tell you one of the reasons were their team was just flat. They just had to shake the rust off.
Yeah, I just don't know how you can be flat in a playoff. Like it doesn't seem to be an issue in the NFL.
Well, 25 days off, I think, is an issue for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how hard you practice and how hard you go at it, you've been doing the same thing for a month. It doesn't seem like that's the best way for us as fans to get the best product on the field.
I guess you're probably right. I don't know that. I mean, first of all, I don't know that I can get behind having a bye isn't an advantage.
Well, if you had a bye and you were playing at home, that would certainly help. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the fix. You get the bounce of playing at home, even though you sat at home for a month.
But also, again, it's not going to matter soon because we'll have 16 teams and everybody's going to be playing on the same schedule anyway.
There's still going to be bye teams. There's still have a bye. You don't think we'll have
16,
bye teams?
16 makes it where one will play 16 and down the line. It'll be like it'll look like a bracket in the
once we get
basketball tournament.
But this year, again, Ohio State got beat. I'm not trying to defend anything that happened to them. But they look like a team of all the ones that I expected to be able to withstand this 25-day off kind of thing because they were so good and they were coming off a loss. They had something to fight for. And even with that, they were flat when they came onto the field. Maybe the home field at home and that first bye week is the way to fix that.
I wouldn't be opposed to letting them have multiple games on campuses or maybe if everybody, I don't know, because I think in a way watching the games yesterday made me feel like these games would have been better on a campus. Obviously, the Rose Bowl is normally not going to have weather that poor, but still, the Superdome is what it is. It's
Well, that was home field for everybody. I mean, both those teams have been there a lot of times. I mean that was an appropriate place to play that game. I would have no problem if you played an SEC matchup in the Superdome every year if it was just SEC teams. Everybody knows what it is and have been there. It didn't benefit either team more than the other.
But at some point, I do like the idea of once you get down to it, not having the home field advantage because I feel like at some point I want it to be more of I want it to feel more like a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I see the argument for both sides, but again, if you watch the game at Hard Rock Stadium yesterday, you were like, oh boy, and again, had the game been good, maybe the crowd would have been more into it. It was a dead crowd. There was just no juice to that game.
Some of it was, One team I kind of felt like was kind of happy to be there, even though they acted like they weren't.
Yeah,
I mean, they
maybe
just
so.
they never really offered much.
But also, if you got Dan Lanning, who, they were in trouble damn near every time they left their coast, saying we should have done this at a campus. It's a big statement.
I agree. I think that adds a little bit to the collegiateness. Let's fix that. If you're on a bye, you get to play your first home game at home, the first game at home.
I don't mind that either. Well, but what happens if I was thinking maybe if there was some kind of an upset, but I guess it wouldn't matter. If you are in the 12 team, maybe those teams should get a home game.
Just get your homer.
Why does Texas A&M get a home game and Georgia doesn't?
Right. We got the home gate. At the very least, we might have lost the game, but everybody made some money.
That's true. So there's a good argument to be made there for that. But again, I think once you get down to 16 teams, the top 8 seeds will get a home game, and that'll be that.
Fair enough. I tell you, this is everything I would have hoped it to be. I know I appreciate the fact that at last year they saw a tweak and they fixed it immediately, and it made things better. And I think there'll be some tweaks this year that'll make some things better. Maybe not quite as drastic as reseeding, but I do see potential to make this thing even better.
What's the first thing you would do?
Well, I think we need to expand it, and expanding it will also probably eliminate that gap. I think the gap to me is the primary issue. I don't want a team going more than 3 weeks without playing. I'd like to have it at maybe no more than 2, like 15, 16 days max, and you get in and play. And you're used to that. You had a bye week before. You've gone through it. But that just waiting. And then at the same time, you're on campus and nobody's there. All these things kind of play into let's shorten things up.
Yeah.
Or spread it out to where everybody's got a competitive equal. Nobody's at a disadvantage for sitting at home forever.
Normally, I like to talk about non-sports stuff here, and I've got one. I know we've got into this football thing, and that's my own fault. But I do have one story I wanted to approach you about. Apparently one of the big trends this year for Christmas and New Year's Eve celebrations. Yeah, because we were talking about how younger people aren't drinking as much alcohol as our generations did. What they're doing now is called coasting.
I don't know what that is.
They're having half strength drinks, so they can drink more throughout the night. They can so they can have the experience of holding a drink in their hand.
God, I hate this generation.
I hate mind-blowing to me.
What?
We were the Everclear generation.
Man, it's like you just talked to me in a foreign language. I almost turned my head like a dog. What?
So it's mid-strength. The name, as it implies, it's like a middle ground between no and low alcohol versus standard options.
Is that why everybody drinks Ultra, Michelob Ultra?
It says kind of.
Right.
There's no firm industry definition yet, but the beers and ciders are about 2 to 3% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
Wines coming in between 3 and 9%, and spirits between 15 and 20%.
So you're microdosing liquor?
That's basically it.
All right.
I get it though.
No.
You don't want to be It depends on how long you're going to be there where you're drinking that.
Then don't drink.
That's what what's the point? What exactly are we trying to achieve here?
So if you're going to be in an event for 6 hours,
just stand around with a glass of Kool-Aid in your hand. Why do you have to act like you're
and then drink?
This sounds like an idea my wife would come up with.
So what we'll do?
I don't like it.
Is we're just going to sell 3-2 beer. We fought forever to get rid of that crap.
Yeah.
The White Claws?
I guess the liquor industry, you take what you can get, but that's just so counter to my generation. We didn't want to drink less. We were trying to figure out how to get more into our bodies.
Man.
Exactly. How can I get more in without getting sick? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, you're trying to push up to that limit.
Yeah, you're working out to get to that level.
Now it's like getting a buzz. They're edging even doing that. Like,
no,
I'm starting to feel a little tipsy. I better stop.
Stop. Give me some. That's me.
Who am I to say? It's a healthier lifestyle, but it's just silly, kids. Do or don't. One or the other.
Get out of my way.
There's no try.
Yo, I gotta wait behind you at the line at the bar so the bartender can make you a half drink.
A half drink. Could put water in that.
Get your ass out of here.
Extra ice.
All right, let's take our last break of the day. We'll wrap up the show the way we always do on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You've come to a long week and you have been busy. You're going to be putting up Christmas trees and pulling down decorations, and I promise you something's going to strain. So when you wake up on Monday morning and that back is hurting and you're tied all over the place, your first call should be to a Rosti. Call 1-800-404-6050 knowing that you can get in today and get an Rosti provider to get you fixed and fix you fast. You know, having your insurance accepted and having an open door to a physical therapist, that's what professional athletes get. That's what Tony Parker and Becky Hammond have had for years, and you have access now. So as you wake up sore, as the new workout regimen begins, know there's a fix out there immediately to get you back in the game and back on your program. That's a Rosti. They're going to give you a full evaluation. They're going to find out why you're in pain, and they're going to fix it and fix it fast, and that's what we want. So don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love, from taking advantage of the brand new year and the resolution to get yourself healthy. Let a Rosti keep you in the game, and when they do, come on by and thank me later.
1, 2, 3, come on! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon, the Cowboys wrap up the season in New York, taking on the Giants at MetLife Stadium. Pre-game starts at 11.
I like this kind of party!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Guys, football season, we're running out of time. We got to get down on these football games, and the best place to do it is at Underdog. Plus, with Underdog Unwrapped, you're going to unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays. We've got boosts, gimme picks, deal reveals, and even some surprises sprinkled in. Now is the best time to get in the game. You can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas, and playing Underdog's so easy. You pick your favorite players, or they can go higher or lower on their stats. It's as simple as that. For me, I'm on Josh Allen rushing yards. I like higher. It's that time of year, a little cold. We got to take over the game. Who do you trust more than Josh? Guys, it's simple to play. Download the app, use promo code Alamo. $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The college football playoff isn't over. Not yet. That epic run, that wild dream, not over till the clock hits 0. Till the stadium shakes. Till the wild things are let loose. Till the trophy is lifted and the confetti falls. This is the national championship. When it's over, you'll feel it. This is the wild world of college football. The CFP National Championship, Monday, January 19th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice-proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
George gets justice. You've heard the national lawyer ads. Same story, different name. But when you've been through something traumatic in San Antonio, you need a local team who fights for real results. That's why so many get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George is from here, listens to people, and fights to help them get their maximum compensation. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Let's go!
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Reach out and touch it.
Touch faith.
Yeah.
Don't touch that.
Of
Touch
course, that's
faith.
what I was talking about.
Faith is much more amenable.
I was telling you guys during the break, one of the other thing they're doing besides coasting
what is that?
is zebra striping, they call it.
Who thinks of this?
I don't know. But let's say I have a gin and tonic. My next drink would be a mocktail. And then you alternate between regular drinks and then the non-alcoholic versions. So I'll take a Carbach.
That'll be $8.
And now I'll take an O'Doul's.
That'll be $8.
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing is
$7.50.
The non-alcoholic drinks cost the same amount as the alcoholic drinks, sometimes even more.
And they're always complaining about they don't have any money. That's why you don't have any money.
Yeah. The move is
drink until you pass out.
If you're going to spend your money at the bar, you need to feel horrible enough the next day to remember it the next time you think about going out.
Right.
If you spend, $400 on a night out and you don't even get a hangover,
right,
then you'll find yourself doing that again.
And again.
If I spend $400 at the bar tonight, I'm going to feel so terrible the next morning.
You're not going to do it.
It might be a while before I'm back.
I mean, I had a whole lot more fun.
Don't get me wrong, I'll be back, but it's just going to be a while. Like Rob on the Rob after his.
I think I might have just pulled my last all-nighter in
beer funneling
in the city limits
ever, right?
And it might happen elsewhere, but in the greater San Antonio area, I don't think I'll see 3 a.m. again.
All right, let's wrap up the show with the Daily Lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the Daily Lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
We got a few bowl games today. The Armed Forces Bowl, Rice and Texas State. Texas State up to an 18.5-point favorite. Totals 55.5. Rice has zero hope in this game.
Are they going to run a wing tee?
Well, that's what they normally run anyway, but now they're on a third-string quarterback. They can't throw the ball at all, and once Texas State starts scoring, there's no answer for Rice. Rice made a huge mistake begging to get into a bowl game and then having their starting quarterback opt out is a disaster.
Game you can catch live right here on San Antonio.
Oh, my God. This is going to be a bludgeoning. Liberty Bowl, Navy and Cincinnati. Navy between a 7 and a 7.5 point favorite against Cincinnati. Cincinnati without Brendan Sorsby, without their entire secondary, which is the strength of their team. I think Navy crushes. I'm a big believer in bet on service academies in their bowl games.
Because they're all playing, and Navy specifically has a quarterback named Horvath that is Captain America. Go watch him play his last collegiate game because he's a pleasure to watch.
These guys, it's always a big deal for them to be in the bowl game. There's no opt-outs. There's no are you worried about if this guy's going to be getting ready for the NFL or not? No. Everybody's playing. And, if the players don't care enough to play in this game, how, planning for these one-off offenses like Navy, it's not easy. And then are you really, how much time are you investing in this one game against it? So I think Navy's going to have their way here. Total's 55.5. I think Navy wins by double digits. Wake Forest and Mississippi State, somebody's going to get some mayo dumped on them. I think it's going to be Wake Forest getting the mayo dumped. Wake Forest's defense is legit. There's not a lot to like about their offense, but Mississippi State, another one of these 5-win teams that they probably didn't deserve a bowl game.
They just played hard enough in the games they lost to kind of justify it. They're not a bad football team. I think there's a little bit of
they shouldn't be favored in this game.
I think they should. I think they're not as bad. That quarterback, the transfer quarterback, was awful, but he ain't terrible. I think they beat Wake Forest.
And then Arizona and SMU in the Holiday Bowl.
This should have been fun. This should have been a better game.
I have no idea who's playing in these. It's not going to be many people playing in these games. In this game, it's Arizona will know 15 minutes before who's out for them, which pisses me off to no end. Like, quit taking yourself so seriously.
And the other side of this is some of me wants to just go watch SMU play to see how the hell did you beat Miami?
Yeah.
What exactly did you do to beat this team?
Well, if you want to watch that one, that's at 7 o'clock. SMU, a 1.5-point favorite in that one. The opening lines for the semifinal games: Miami, a 3-point favorite against Ole Miss. Indiana, a 4-point favorite against Oregon. Total for Miami and Ole Miss is 51.5. Oregon, Indiana, 47.5.
I'd get those numbers now. I think the Indiana number is going to get bigger. I think it'll probably be nearly 5.
I think it might be close to a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's really going to grow.
And I wouldn't be shocked if more money came on Miami too.
Probably.
I mean, Ole Miss's win was nice, but God, Miami looked so dominant, which I might take Ole Miss.
I wouldn't.
I might wait
just
until
by the number. Yeah.
But I want Indiana, so I'm gonna buy my Indiana ticket now, and I'll probably wait on the dog in the other game. In the National Basketball Association tonight, your San Antonio Spurs will be traveling to Indianapolis, Indiana, taking on the Pacers. Spurs favored by 6.5.
Wow! First of all, just drink that in.
6.5-point road favorite without Wemby.
Road favorite. Well, dude, I thought we'd have been there considering where we are, and it's legitimate. They might be better than that.
Well, the Pacers are just dreadful. That's the other thing, and they're without their best couple players. It's a nightmare for Indiana right now.
I'm curious. How Castle played the other night, but is he better? I know he had to step in the void.
I think so. I think they're all like Fox. Again, Fox didn't look like himself really in the Knicks game, but I think they're health-wise they're just knocking off rust. Brooklyn and the Wizards in a matchup that I don't know who wants to watch this. The Nets are 1.5-point favorites at the Wizards. The Hawks are at the Knicks. The Knicks are 7.5-point favorites in that one. Give me the Denver Nuggets plus 13.5 at Cleveland. Denver won outright the other day. Like they're still going to try hard. They're not a bad team now.
Well, the Cleveland team that we played looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's something there. I think eventually they are going to have a hangover without Joker.
Of course, but 13.5?
That's too much. That's too much.
That's absurd. The Milwaukee Bucks, 5.5-point favorites, almost a 6-point favorite now against the Charlotte Hornets. The Magic laying 5.5 in Chicago. Here's one I like: Portland, a 1-point road favorite at the Pelicans.
Interesting that both Portland and San Antonio are going to be coming home for a back-to-back on Saturday or tomorrow night. Both of them hitting it.
Yeah, I like the Blazers tonight.
And maybe tomorrow night.
Maybe tomorrow night too. Yeah. Sacramento at Phoenix. Phoenix, a 12.5-point favorite. Oklahoma City hits the road. They're in Golden State. What do you think that line is?
I'd say OKC and 4.
8.5.
Oh, who's not playing?
I don't know. I'm not sure about Steph, but that's just the line of most Thunder games.
They just went back to work, man.
Yep.
They just woke up and shook it off and went back to work, and we lost 2 straight.
And the Lakers, 3.5-point favorites, hosting the Memphis Grizzlies tonight.
See the news floating around that they expect Davis to be moved at the deadline.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I did not see that, but it wouldn't shock me at all. That actually,
I think that
quite frankly makes sense.
Now that we've gone through Christmas and we're in that stretch toward the trade deadline, the hot stove, as it is in baseball, is going to heat up. We're going to hear a lot about Giannis, a lot about Davis, and 1 or 2 new candidates for trade in the next 10 days.
In the top 25 in hoops tonight, Michigan, 12-0 Michigan, the juggernaut that is, takes on number 24 USC.
Should be fun.
A 12-1 USC is at 12-0 Michigan. The line?
Oh, probably huge.
Michigan minus 22.5.
Against a top 25 team. Tells you what people
A team that's
believe in
lost
Michigan.
one game. They're 22.5-point dogs. Louisville is at Stanford. Louisville, a 9.5-point road favorite. I got in front of them against Cal the other day. I'm not going to do it again.
Really?
No. They beat the snot out of Cal. Stanford's pretty good, but I don't think they're any better than Cal. I don't see why Louisville would treat them any differently. Iowa State and West Virginia both tipping off Big 12 play tonight. Iowa State, a 17.5-point favorite.
They are rounding into form. That's a really good basketball
They are very
team.
good. 14-1 Gonzaga, the number 7 team in the country. They take on Seattle.
When are they going to lose a game? I think you could. What's the number for them to make it undefeated for the rest of the year?
They're likely.
To make it at least through the conference tournament.
Because they're considered. I mean, St. Mary's is kind of down.
That whole conference is down this year.
Yeah, but Gonzaga tonight, Seattle's 12-3. Seattle U's 12-3. Gonzaga's a 24.5-point favorite. And a good one, the game of the night is in the Big Ten. You can see this on Peacock at 8 o'clock if you've got a hankering. I guess there's no football on tonight.
No, this is we got some bowl games. That's about it.
So you've got number 9, Michigan State, 12-1. 2-0 in the Big Ten. They're traveling out to Lincoln, Nebraska. It's Corn. 13-0 Nebraska, a 2.5-point favorite. The number 13 team favored against the number 9 team.
I'll tell you.
Give me the Corn, baby.
Battle of styles. I mean, Hoiberg's team's going to jack it up all night long, and Michigan State's going to try to pound them into pain. It'll be whose style wins.
Yeah, I like Corn tonight in that one. That's I think it's a good matchup for them. And just a short favorite. Tough trip for Michigan State.
Yeah.
I like that for Nebraska. All right, friends.
Here we go.
That's our first week in the books of 2026, which was basically one day.
I hope I don't accidentally wake up and come to work tomorrow.
I will not.
It's Tuesday.
If you do, I won't be here, just so you know. I'm
will.
fully aware of
The
what
building
day it
couldn't
is.
be any more empty than it is right now.
That is probably true. Yeah. Well, you know what? It'll be a little bit emptier in about 5 minutes.
And we're not ones to talk about it, but hey, pop over to 102.7. There's something big happening over there.
Oh yeah,
Pop over to 102.7. Something wonderful's about to happen.
Also, the Blitz will be on a little bit late today, right?
They'll pick up. Open.
They'll pick up after the Rice and Texas State game.
I don't foresee overtime.
I don't either. No, but it might be a long game for Rice. We'll see you on Monday.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.